everybody, welcome to the 10-year anniversary of Votesaxon07, and it's been a while since I've done one of these. It's like a two-penny podcast. The very first time that we ever talked was on a podcast, so it's the best way to do it. But
it is, yeah.
That and the fact that we have a deadly virus running around wreaking mayhem. So
is there? I hadn't noticed.
Oh, hold on, look at the window. Oh fuck, she's on fire. Well, that's just
that's all the way.
Yes. So yes, our original plans are buggered, but we're still gonna do it. Still gonna do our podcasty thing to help out. So yes, before I start the questions, I have to say congratulations on 10 years of being on YouTube. That's a massive accomplishment. That really is.
Is that something you congratulate someone for?
Yeah, if you think about 10 years on YouTube making people happy, angry, sad, and enraged.
Yeah, mostly anger. There's a lot of anger along the road.
There's a lot of anger, yeah. Okay, so the first question is a very typical question. Is how did it start? Properly, how did it start? How did you start Votesaxon07? Did you always want to be a YouTuber, or did it just fall in your lap?
I watched a lot of toy reviews and they all pissed me off. I was like, this is terrible. I can do better than this.
Every toy reviewer back then going, little bastard.
Okay, I'll tell you what it is, right? So in 2008, I created the first channel. Because I was trying to reply to somebody's video, a friend of mine's video. He put it online and I was like, that's funny, and I went to leave a comment, but for some reason YouTube was like, oh, you need an account, you have to sign in. So I created a YouTube account and I was like, what should I call it? So I went, I'll call it Votesaxon, because I was a big fan of the Master Trilogy, what have you, and I think I'd recently rewatched it. I tried to call it Votesaxon and they were like, oh no, you can't use that now. Oh, somebody's already taken that, you wee skitter. So YouTube was Scottish back in the day. So it kind of, I was like, okay, I could call it Votesaxon08 after the year, or I was like, I'll call it Votesaxon07 because that's the year that the Votesaxon trilogy came out in Doctor Who. So did that, and the channel just sort of lay there dormant for about 2 years. And I started watching toy reviews online, and I forget why. I think it was just one of those things where it's like, I'm bored, I want to watch something. So I ended up watching toy reviews, and I landed on one person in particular. And I'm not going to say who that person is, but basically I saw them and went, this is ridiculous. This guy's reviewing these great prop replicas and all the latest toys and everything, and he's getting all the views. He's awful. His presentation style is disastrous. So I kind of looked at it and went, well, okay, if you're such a critic, if you're such a dick that can watch this guy's videos, that he's poured effort and time, well, he hasn't, but he thinks he has. If you can watch that and critique it and go, oh, this guy's terrible, what can you do that's any better? So for a little while, I kind of danced around the idea of doing a toy review, and the first one I ever did, which I've never shown to anyone apart from yourself, was a piss take of this guy. And you're probably seeing it now, but you're not going to hear the audio because it'll give away who it was. So I did that as a joke. I think I put it on Bebo or something like that, but 6 people watched it. I put it up there, and I put another couple of stupid videos up there, and nothing ever came of it. Then there was a big change coming with Doctor Who. David Tennant was leaving the show, Russell T Davies was leaving the show, Stephen Moffat and Matt Smith were coming in. So this was the first time that the sonic screwdriver had ever been changed, and I love the sonic screwdriver. And I was like, I don't want it to go. I was a bit like David Tennant, I don't want it to go. So I saw a couple of pictures of Matt Smith's one, but he was throwing it on a beach or something like that, and you couldn't get a good look at it. And I went, that looks horrible. So then it emerged that new toys were coming out the day after Doctor Who Series 5 Episode 1 aired. Yeah. And you could get them out of Toys R Us, R.I.P. Toys R Us. So I couldn't drive back then, so I got the bus the following day, from my house all the way up to the Toys R Us that we use in filming the Christmas special, where Santa breaks in and fights the Hell Beast.
Yeah, screw that's going to really mess people up. Thinking there's giant Hell Beast dogs in that place.
But that's the actual Toys R Us I bought the 11th Doctor Sonic screwdriver out of.
That's
so
the original place we got that screwdriver from.
Yeah, so literally on the 5th of April 2010, exactly 10 years ago, I went up and picked up that 11th Doctor Sonic screwdriver. I brought it home, and I was like, okay, I need a background. I just got 2 bits of cardboard and stuck them together. What am I going to use to film? I'll use my phone. It was a Sony Ericsson W995. It was good at the time, but looking back, it's awful and really pixely, and it recorded in 4:3, not 16:9.
Oh! You're full of smoke.
I set it up, hit record, and I literally had to do the video live. So it took me a couple of goes, and I went, I'm stuttering over my words, what do I say? So I ended up going with, hello YouTube viewers and random Doctor Who fans, and except I didn't do it like that, I did it like,
hello YouTube viewers and random Doctor Who fans.
I sound depressed. Like I've grown a wee bit, you know, and projected my voice and stuff since then, but back when it first began, I was just like, hello YouTube viewers and random Doctor Who fans. Jump off a bridge.
That's the difference back then, or even anything, any YouTuber, the same things. We're talking normally, and that's what we're doing. We're just doing like this is in front of us, this is what we're reviewing. But to an audience, that looks like this man wants to jump off a bridge or walk in front of a car. Yeah. But it takes a long time to perfect that voice. It takes a long time to perfect that. Like, you have to, professionalism. Because I've done it myself with my own stuff, where I went back and looked at it and I went, oh, what the hell? And I have to say, same with yourself, is like you can tell that it's massively improved. Nowadays, that you're just like, this is the crux of what I'm reviewing, and it's presenter voice. You know, that's something you learn over time.
Yeah, it's not my actual voice. Like, my actual voice is pretty much this. But then, like, I think the presenter voice kind of came in whenever I started doing the scripts, and I got editing software, and I could actually, you know, like, composite a video together as opposed to recording it live or recording it and pausing it so I could take the thing out of the box and so on. And I forget how scripting came about, but it was just to make the video a little bit tighter, because I noticed for a good couple of years there, I just did them all live. So I was literally sitting at the table and going, hello YouTube viewers and random, like, Back to the Future fans, today I'm here to review this, which is a DeLorean, and then hit pause, take it out of the box, and then hit record again. You could change that around and do as you pleased with it, but with the editing. And I noticed whenever I was doing things live, there was a lot of you know, and different things like that. So I didn't want that to slow down the video or lengthen the video with just things that were unnecessary. I wanted things to be consistent, and I wanted them to be concise, and I didn't want to feel like anyone was wasting their time by watching one of my videos. So it just became rapid fire. It was like, hello YouTube viewers and random Doctor Who fans, today we're here to review this, which is the 11th Doctor's Sonic screwdriver, and here it is in its packaging. As you can see, it's a plastic cylindrical tubing, you know, and it would go on from there, like, just to keep things as quick as possible, because people have a very short attention span on YouTube. Like, for example, this video alone, I don't think we'll get anywhere near the amount of views. And like, if you look at the watch time, it'll be the first like 5 minutes, and people will go, I'm bored of this, and clicking off. So with the review side of things, if it's like a toy or a prop or something, it's make that as quick and concise as you can. And if it's, say, something like the Drop Zone or the spoilerific reviews, it's make it last as long as you can, because you can actually see our faces, you can see us having a chat and interacting, and you don't want to miss any of that.
When I wanted to buy something, I also think a lot of your fans are exactly like this. When you want to buy a certain figure and you just want a really quick, is it good? And you go on to your channel, you're very quick and precise. You tell everything, the flaws, the positives and negatives to it, and then you go, right, that's it, I'm going to go out and buy this. I've said this to you many times before, where your videos saved me so much money, where other people that I used to hang around with would buy these things and go, oh my god, I've got this here, and then it would break, or it wouldn't be working too well. And they'd be sitting, why did you not buy it? It's like, well, because I watched a review of it. Back then it was very weird around here, because when I said I watched a review of this, we're like, you watched the review of it, there you should just go out and buy it. where I got more careful with ban things, and I know for a fact a lot of your fans do that too, and it has started a big part in your community, and in the community, like they'll say, "Oh, I've watched your review. I'm going out to buy this now," or "Thank you so much for helping me realize that this is a choking hazard." So you're also giving back to the community. You're giving back to a lot of people saying, like, "Don't buy this for the love of God." Even to this day. And I'm very proud of the fact that I was there to see this comment where people are saying you are literally the last person who isn't falling for companies saying, look, here's the script, just say this is good, we just want to make money. You are one of them people who are fighting the system to say, look, we work our ass off to get this money.
There's no point in me making a video on something going, this is great, when in my mind I'm going, it's terrible. I don't understand the mentality of that. If you think it's bad, put it up there. If you think it's bad and everyone else thinks it's good, doesn't matter. Put it out there. It doesn't matter. It's your opinion. You could like something that everyone else hates. You could hate something that everyone else likes. It's the reason why reviews exist is so people can share their opinions. If you read enough reviews or watch enough reviews of enough people and go, I had the same opinion as that guy about 2 other things. I wonder what his opinion is of this. And you watch it and I say something like, this is great. And you go out and buy it and you go, this is actually great. Then they'll keep coming back to you and go, this guy doesn't bullshit. He tells the truth. He doesn't have a leash around his neck. He's one of the last few true angry geeks out there going, look, we deserve more. And I don't get where this mindset's come from of people going, oh, well, so just be grateful that we got it. No, it doesn't work like that. You're not their slaves. They are slaves to you because they are promoting and selling a product. They are earning money from it. And if they're putting out a substandard product and everyone is fine with it, then there's no change there whatsoever. It's a substandard product. That's all you're ever going to get. Whereas if they release something that is substandard and enough people say, look, that's good, but we need better. We need more than this, and we know that you're capable of more than this. They'll maybe listen. I mean, for example, when the 3.75-inch scale Doctor Who figures came out, like, everyone lost their shit. Everyone went, these are awful. We've seen you produce better things than these. Stop. So they stopped, and they ended up releasing the 5.5-inch scale figures again. At a more limited run, but still, you know.
Was there like a script or like a piece of paper saying, like, say the positives of this, where there has been negative parts when you opened it up and looked at it and went, this isn't what you're saying it is? Have you ever got that decision, that party saying, do you know what, I'm going to pack it away and say, sorry, I don't want this product? Or did you
no, there's never been anything like that. Because most of the things that got sent to me got sent through Following the Nerd. So Mark would receive something and go, here, I've got access to this, or here, this has just arrived, can you review it? There was never any mandate or anything like that. It was just, do a review of it. So, like, even with the likes of Hot Toys that were sending us figures, like, I was doing reviews of them. Unfortunately, that fell through because not enough people watched it. And if there was, I would either do the review and say what I thought anyway, or send it back to them and go, look, sorry, no, I'm not for sale.
Well, that's good to know, like, because there, as I say, nowadays, and in all fairness to these channels, like, yes, you do get the product before everybody else, and you can be the first one out there to go, look, I've got this review out, and look how fantastic it is. You've got a lot of impressionable fans that will let you go, he said it, my favourite YouTuber is doing this, so I want to do it too. And they'll copy and replicate. And I think that's bad. That's another part of the mindset as well, is you have a responsibility when you are a critic in any platform, that you have to literally go, I have to be honest. I can't turn around and say, I am really good at this, or this show is amazing when there is flaws with it, or this toy is amazing and there is flaws. I always respect channel and an influencer that turns around and goes, look, I'm not fighting the system here. I'm literally telling you now that this is bad. This is my opinion. If you respect my opinion, don't fall for it.
To have been on YouTube for 10 years, it's definitely not without its downsides. I mean, there's been a lot of things that have really, really pushed me over the edge. Like, whenever I started, it was just, I like toys. I'm going to share my opinion and see if other people like toys too, or like the toys I like, don't like the toys I don't like.
Mhm.
And if they do, why is that? And whenever YouTube first started, that's what it was. It was a discussion platform. It was where people could meet up and go, well, look, here's what I liked about it. Oh, really? Oh, right, okay. Here's what I didn't like about it. Really? Did you not like that? No, I didn't. And over the last decade, it has become a cesspit, an absolute breeding ground of trolls and hate and ignorance. And it's so, so sad to see. There are still, like, the majority are good people, don't get me wrong, they are. And they do want to have that chat and they want to have that conversation. But the rest of them just want to tear down, destroy, break, and it does get to you. It gets inside your head a little bit, where you go, oh, well, that channel started 2 years after me and they've got 100,000 subscribers, or that channel started 2 years ago and look at the amount of subscribers they've reached. What am I doing wrong? You always feel like that. You always go, well, why am I not succeeding? Like, a prime example is when I lost the old channel.
Yeah.
I was close to 50,000 subscribers. If I hadn't lost that old channel, like, where would I be now? Would I be at 100,000, 200,000? Would I be at 500,000? It's a hard thing. And then it's not easy whenever you have people in the comment section going, you're bad, your videos are awful, your opinion is crap, you are nothing. And you're just like, well, what the fuck is the point in making these? And then you realize what it's supposed to be all along is, this is your video. You're going to make this. And it's nobody else's but yours. And you put it online, and if people watch it, they watch it. If they don't, they don't. Did you have a good time making it? That's what counts in the end. And once you get that through your thick little skull, and it took me 10 years to get that into my head, once you do, nothing can touch you. Like the worst comment, the worst performing video, the algorithm not putting it out there, because it's something that a majority of your fans don't like the content of, they won't watch that video. It doesn't matter anymore, because in yourself, you had fun making it, and it's a video you're proud of. So even if one person watches it, you go, that one person watched my best work, and that's what counts. Yeah,
that's the best mentality to be in, and I get it. Like, to be perfectly honest with you, as much as you don't believe it, you are a big YouTuber. Like, you were, like, even with the other channel. Like, in all fairness, much respect for the fact is, like, when people lose their channel, like, it's like, I've only know a few channels, like Markiplier, when he lost his first channel, he went back and made a new channel and bounced back. Like, you did it too. Like, you could have literally just went, right, that's a sign. I've lost that channel. It's a sign to go. It's a sign to pack up and leave and go on to something else. I remember channels back in the day when that happened, and the breakdowns, dude. And the one thing I have always respected is, you came back. You knew that it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough getting back into this. And in all fairness, when I started coming on to the channel, I seen, like, there's moments where you literally turned around and went, I think there's like a force out there telling me, look, that's it, cut your ties and go.
Yeah.
And you're back. There's two versions of yourself. It's you and Votesaxon, and that's the only way I can describe it. Even to the fans now listen to this, there is two versions that we're fighting. There was the old Votesaxon that wanted to be back again and want to have the whole thing.
Well, see, that's the mistake. That's the mistake that I had. Whenever I started this channel at the end of 2015 and then going into 2016, I was doing it watching the subscriber count go up and up and up, and one of the best things that YouTube has ever done recently is consolidating that, so it doesn't show you the exact amounts of subscribers, it rounds it down or up, so you can't check every day and go, I lost 3 subscribers today, or I gained 16 subscribers today, woo! That it takes that away from it completely. But whenever I was doing that, I was waking up every morning. The first thing I was doing was on my phone going, okay, I've gained 3 subscribers today, good. And then 10 minutes later, checking it again, like an addiction. So I had the mentality of, gotta get back, gotta get that number up to the same level it was at on the old channel. And the thing that upset me the most at the time, because I wasn't thinking clearly, was like, I've made videos on the old channel going, look, this is it, this channel's done, it's dead. Everyone, unsubscribe from this, or stay subscribed, or whatever, I don't know what the future holds, and go to this link. And they click on the link, there's the new channel, hit subscribe. I was so annoyed that my new channel didn't instantly get 48,000 subscribers. I was just like, what the fuck, why? Where are you, lads, come on. But it turns out a lot of them are just all dead accounts, or there's a lot of them that just went, I'm not fucking doing that, like, whose channel's this, you know? And that really hurt. So I was like, oh my god, I'm at like, what, 4,000 subscribers? I have to work my way up from 4,000 subscribers all the way up to 48,000 subscribers again. What the hell? So I was just pushing out videos and not giving a shit. And you could tell. Like, there was a day where I reviewed something. I think it was like a Batman figure or something like that Mark had given me to review. I put the video up. Not only was the comment section go, like, because I didn't check the comments. Mark rang me and went, "Are you okay?" And I went, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "You just sound fucking dead in that review." And I listened back to it, and I read the comment section. The entire comment section was going, "Are you alright? You sound really depressed. There's something wrong,
Hello YouTube viewers and random Batman fans. Today I'll be reviewing 3 of the figures from the DC animated movie Son of Batman, and here they are in their packaging.
And I listened back to it, and I just sound so soulless. I don't give a shit. Like, everything I'm saying in the video is legitimate, because obviously I've written out my script and said, I like this about them, I don't like that about them, here's all the articulation. But I just sound so hollow. And it's because I wasn't making it because I wanted to make it. I was making it going, this is another video. And if I put up enough videos, there'll be so many videos out there under the Votesaxon name, it'll reach more people, and more people will subscribe, and blah, blah, blah. And I just sort of had to get a hold of myself at one point, and obviously with yourself coming aboard the channel, that helped immensely, because I had finally had someone who had the inside track on YouTube. You watch a lot of YouTube, you've made YouTube content, you've reached out to other content creators and had conversations with them, whereas with me, I'm very closed off. Like, I live on the periphery of YouTube, just on the outer level, occasionally looking in and going, there's Chris Stockman, there's Jeremy Jans, there's Nostalgia Critic, there's Cinemassacre, there's all the rest of them, Mr. Sunday Movies, you name it. And I never stride into the middle of the room to see where all the good stuff's at. So I wouldn't watch a lot of things like Drama Alert or iDubbbz or anything like that. You know, whereas where you do that and you have the sort of inside scoop on YouTube. So for you coming into it, you already knew what it was, whereas with me, I didn't have a clue. I was just like, well, why is people not watching this? Why are people not doing this? Why don't they love me? Blah, 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 you know, and throwing my toys out of the pram, quite literally.
The one thing that I've had positivity, like, from fans and stuff like that. I've also had the negative side of fans when I came on the channel. Like, for a positive side, people were like, oh my god, like you must be living the dream right now, that, you know, what everyone that we wish we were doing. Like, we're fans, and now you're sitting there and you're getting to work with Votesaxon07. But for me, when I like in all honesty, like, I looked at your content, and I seen it as, I like the style, the way you do your videos and things like that. But I never seen it as a lot of YouTubers would do, as I'm gonna get something out of this. If I collab with this guy, my subscriber count will go up. If I do this, I'll be remembered as the guy who's on Votesaxon07. I never came into that way of thinking. I wanna know you and get to know you as a friend. Like, that's the one thing, and that's one thing I love. The fact is that, yeah, we have YouTube, but YouTube is just a hobby. Like, we do stuff in it, it's fun. And that's one thing I think collaborators, or people collabing with each other, they butt heads and fall out and then they cause drama with each other and stuff like that. Where I've come from is, we're just mates. Like, our friendship's got a hell of a lot better. There's days where we won't record stuff, where we're just sitting having a laugh, and then go, God, we wish we should have done a video on that. You know, like things like that. That's why, like,
it's like going out and having a night out. At no point do I ever sit around a table or be on the dance floor or sit at the bar and go, I'm going to get my phone out and start making a YouTube vlog. Hey, look, it's Anthony. Oh, we're out on the piss, tra-la-la. You know, because you have to have that divide. You have to have okay, this is YouTube Stephen and YouTube Anthony, or this is following the nerd Stephen or Saxon, should I say, and following the nerd Two Penny, and then there's the actual people. Like, yeah. I think it's very rare whenever I make a YouTube video, because even now I can feel it. I can feel that I'm not me. I'm in record mode. I'm in my face to the public mode. And I sort of don't know how to turn that off. I think it's just whenever a lens is on me, I almost use it as a coping mechanism. Same thing whenever I meet fans. I'm not me. I'm Votesaxon07, as you were saying before. And it's sort of difficult to work that divide. Because I want nights out with yourself and Catherine and whoever, and I want to have a good time and just be me and not forget that. Because I'm certainly not the same person who I am whenever I go to work. I'm not the same person I am in my personal life, and I'm not the same person online. You have to have that distinction so that you know that, okay, so I'm in work mode, or I'm in play mode, or I'm in record a video mode. I forget why we were talking about this.
But yeah, back to the thing I was going into is like when I came on the channel, it felt that I'm going onto a territory here where I'm going to really step on people's toes. But at the time, I didn't think of that. When I started getting messages from people, like people tracking me down, like my online like line type thing is either Instagram or Twitter. And YouTube, back when YouTube started doing the messaging thing, that they could message you directly. And when I started doing like little cameos for your channel, it was fine. No one really paid attention. I was just like a shadow in the background. But see, when I started becoming a co-host on the channel, that's when I started to see what you have dealt with for a long time. And it is scary. For example, I'm not going to name the people's names because that's just not the right way to do it. But like, I would get people going like, "How much is he paying you? Like, how much are you getting paid by Votesaxon07?" Or like, can you? Or they would go to me, "I really like your content, but could you send this message to Votesaxon07 because he hasn't read my comment?" And I was kind of going, okay. Then I got even ones where like they're saying, "You destroyed Votesaxon07. When you came along, you destroyed it. I hate you. I hope you get hit by a car," or even worse things. And then I was kind of going, I need to get away from this. Like I need to just return to Steve and say, "Look, here, it was nice, it was fun, but this is getting too hot and heavy." And I'm glad I didn't do that. The one thing that stopped me from actually turning around and saying to you, "Look, it was fun while it lasted, it was fun, but now I'm getting threats and stuff like that," was the Rose Tyler video. Like, that was just me ranting. Like, I don't have a filter. And that's the one thing that doesn't really come across. Not having a filter does scare the hell out of me, because I could say something, because I'm on a live audio, I'm in a big channel right now, and anything I could say, people can take offense to it. People don't take offense to it. It's a very mixed thing. But when you put up the video, like a segment that was cut out, that was basically my rant about Rose Tyler, that terrified me. I didn't look at that comment section. It was you that convinced me. It's like, dude, no, seriously, I wouldn't put you in the wrong place. Read the comment section. People are agreeing with you. That video alone made me go, do you know what? I'm confident now. My anxiety is not hitting me every time the camera comes on, because I'm going like, God, what am I going to do? When the video is done, when the video is finished, that's what the fans only see, is a perfect video that you've done, and they see you as that person. They don't see the person behind it that went 4 or 5 times trying to get a word right, or just goes, "I can't do it today. My mind says something right way." And
no, they absolutely don't. Like, there's a big disconnect, I think, between a content creator and someone who watches, like a subscriber or fan or whatever, because it's very lonely and it's very isolating, especially whenever you're working on your own. And I genuinely don't think I'd have made it to 10 years if it wasn't for yourself, because we get the spoilerific reviews, we get to hang out and like argue and debate and rip the deck out of an episode of Doctor Who, and it's fun. Like, I look forward to making that video, not because of, oh, I'm going to edit it this way, or, oh, I'm going to upload it and everyone will like it. I'm doing it because it's like, I get to see my best friend, I get to talk about one of my favourite shows, and I get to have a bit of a laugh. It's brilliant. and I enjoy doing it.
Just leave me be.
Because the fans
Leave
want
me
your
to
opinion.
die.
Your fans want your
Fucking
opinion.
terrible.
More opinions.
Shite.
More opinions.
You should be wept in the streets for watching this.
The toy reviews, like I've sort of updated in a lot of ways, where I have the turntables and stuff now, all stuff that was learned from working on Outweighed Anarchy. You know, like you always take one piece of knowledge and apply it to the other one, and then you learn something there and apply it to this, and you learn something here and apply it to there, and vice versa. And it goes on like that. But those take a hell of a lot of time to put together. They're very stress-inducing. There's a video I made today of the 13th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver, and it was a nightmare trying to put it together. Like, I was losing my mind because it wouldn't focus on a particular part, and people won't see that. That clip will have been on their screen, if they're watching it, for a second, maybe 2 seconds. And I was sitting for a half an hour trying to frame it and get it right. Same thing goes with the editing. People don't see that. They don't seem to be too interested in finding out more about that either. And even on the flip side of that, say you have busted your ass and made this video and you put it online and people are watching it, you can't see them react. Like, whenever you do something funny or stupid, you don't hear the audience laugh or cry or react in a shocked way. You can't sort of get the idea that what you made that day was successful unless people leave a comment and go, this was really funny, or thank you so much for making this, or I really enjoyed that. The majority of the comments are unfortunately negatives, and I will do things like deliberately get things wrong just so people have something to comment, and they'll go like, well, actually, like that's done on purpose just so it gives people something to talk about. Because if I make, like, say I make the perfect review, it's the most perfect review ever, no one can fault it, it is genuinely brilliant, there'll be no comments because there's nothing to say. That was perfect, I don't have a response. It's like in old school, whenever Will Ferrell is debating and he comes out with this whole big grandiose speech and the other guy goes, we have no rebuttal, that was perfect. It's like that. So if you deliberately put a little something in there that's wrong, or something that will rile people up, or something that will make them go, here, what the fuck did he just say?
Moving down to the collar, it has been created from brass and aluminium, or aluminum if you're American, or you simply want to say the word incorrectly.
You'll get more comments that way, and obviously that boosts the video, the likes boost the video, the watch time boosts it, the amount of people who have watched it boosts it, So you're trying to cover all of those bases. And it's a hard line to balance when you're not truly getting feedback. You're not getting people going, look, I really like this, but I disagree with you on this point. Or, I like this point, but you could have said a little bit more. Or, here, I like this too, but I found this out about it. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, prime example. I did the Reconnaissance Dalek review. And as the video was premiering, as the live chat was going on, someone said, can the claw and the gun be popped off? And I went, I never checked that. So I go over to it just while the premiere is going on, and I pop them both out. Sure enough, they both pop out and be popped back in again. So I left a comment going, actually, yes, they both can. So, I like that level of engagement. I like premieres. Even if I have a video that's 5 minutes long, I'll premiere it because I enjoy the live chat. I enjoy people talking and responding in live times. Again, another reason why I like making the spoilerific reviews or the drop zone, because those videos are like half an hour to 40 minutes long each. And it gives people plenty of time to go, oh, Votesaxon07's premiering a new video, and they click onto it. Or it gives people enough time to go, okay, I want to have a good debate about this. I want to talk about why the Jadoon are awesome, or I want to talk about why Bronco's an outdated flipper for BattleBots. And they get to talk about that, and you get to engage in that, and it's lovely and it's brilliant. And any comment that comes along that's negative, you can time them out, and if they come back and they're still spouting the same crap, you can block them. Whereas if you go to sleep one night and you wake up and you've got like 17 odd notifications and you go through it, there's always going to be one person that's been causing shit. There's always one person that is being really snide or sly or trying to call you out on something, and it's horrible. And you
Yeah.
can't even you can't respond to that. Like, I had an incident there recently where some guy left a comment going, "Oh, your review was terrible. Like, this guy was more invested in did his research better than you," and he gave the name of the channel. So I wrote underneath it going, "Yeah, but I've got more views and subscribers," in a "fuck you, your opinion doesn't matter" sort of way.
Yeah.
The guy who was mentioned in the guy's comment, the actual channel, sent me a Twitter message going, "Dude, what the hell? Like, you're saying like you have more subscribers and views than me. That makes my videos feel completely irrelevant." And I went, "Look, I'm really sorry, man. It genuinely was not a dig at you. It was a dig at this guy because he was being an asshole." And he goes, okay, I'm sorry. This whole coronavirus thing's kind of fucked with me and stuff." And I said, "No, look, it's grand." And he said, "Look, I've been a big fan of your channel for years, and it really hurt whenever I read that." And I went, "Shit, that's the fucking last thing I ever want to do, because I've been through it." Like,
Yeah.
when I first started, when I was at 100, 200, 300 subscribers, there were people lining up down the street and around the corner to tell me, "You're shit, give up."
Yeah.
One incident that just sticks out in my head. Do you remember video responses on YouTube? You
Yes,
could apply to put your video as a response underneath that person's video.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Right. So I built a Proton pack. It was shit. It was genuinely awful. But I was 19. All I had was cardboard and duct tape. So I built a Proton pack. And a couple of years later, I made a video on it going, "Look, this is the Proton pack I made. It's very Blue Peter. It's not your big, grandiose, expensive, proper Proton pack replica, blah, blah, blah. But this is something that I loved. This is something that I put time and effort into. And I think it's kind of cute." So this guy was showing off his Proton pack, and he had thousands and thousands of views. And I went, if I put mine as a video response to that, I'll get thousands and thousands of views. So I put the link down, and I sent it off for the guy to either approve it or deny it. Not only did he deny it, he sent me a message, or either left a message underneath the video going, "This is the sorriest, saddest piece of shit I have ever seen. I have denied your right to have this as a video response on my video." And I just went, "Well, I'm dead inside. Time to start smoking and being a dick."
See, that's the one thing, before I move on to my next question, is that I definitely want to say to the fans, and this is the message to them, is you have to be respectful when you're going on to somebody else's channel. As you said there's a prime example. That person just posted that said that comment on your channel just in hatred. In that hatred, another channel who respects you seen that and went, a bigger channel has said that my videos are nothing, when it wasn't meant to be that. That's the one thing, is fans don't realise it, or trolls themselves don't realise that is, these are our creators and they can start drama. That's the one thing I always do when I comment on a YouTube channel. I always go, I can't just go, "It's crap," because I'm a content creator. When I was a fan of stuff, yes, I would go, "This is terrible." I never give an opinion why it's terrible. Just go, "It's crap."
It's honestly because they want attention. And nothing gets attention better than negativity. I wish it was the other way around, I really do, but we just don't live in that world. And it's quite sad in its way. But if you leave something positive, no doubt the person that's reading it will read it and go, "That's the perfect comment. I have no response to this. Thank you so much." Because they're getting so many comments like that, they're not going to have a response. So that's why I tried my best to sort of do that heart react thing to all the comments that I get. It's just to show validation, to show like, I've read that has made my day a little bit brighter. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
So that's why I try to do that. Whereas something negative, if you want to speak to, say you're a person watching this right now, and you think, Votesaxon07 and Two Penny Milk are the two best people in the world. I love them to pieces, and I want them to speak to me. I want to go to my grave knowing that Votesaxon07 and Two Penny Milk sent me a message or read my comment or whatever. And say for whatever reason that doesn't happen. The longer that goes on, the more you go, "Fuck them. What the fuck do they fucking respond to? Bastards, I want to talk to them." If you end up going down that route, you're going to leave something. Like, I've had it. I've had comments where people have went, "You're fat, you're hairy, you talk like a drunk, you smoke, you burp way too much, you go off on weird tangents all the time. I'm glad your parents are dead. You know, like all this shit, and it's shit that I've heard. Like these are real examples. The more like that I'm going to go, yeah, but you know, I could lose all this weight and go to the gym. You'll always be ugly. You know, so if they see that, if they see you reacting to something in a negative way, and we're all human, we're all fallible, and I'm still guilty of this. Hence the incident that happened last week, where you have a bad day, and with this whole coronavirus thing that's currently going on, and the lockdown and the isolation that we're all experiencing, it's hard for people with depression and mental health problems to get through this. Like, I'm completely on my own. It's just me and the dog may as well be a draft excluder that shits itself at this point. You know, like he's useless. Like, and that's why I like trying my best to have like Skype conversations or Messenger or things like that to try and keep in touch with people. And there was one day I woke up and I felt really bad. I mean, there's a lot of negative things going on in my personal life right now that I'd rather not discuss, but I woke up feeling like shit, and the first thing I read whenever I turned my phone on that day was, oh, well, your video is crap. Look at this video that's way better than yours. You're shit. You know, and whenever you read that, you go, fuck this guy. And you say something and you forget all about it, and then next thing you know, you've ended up hurting someone else. Yeah. So, and then on top of that, people read that and go, this guy got a response. So, Votesaxon07 only reacts to negative comments, does he? Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're bombarded with horrible, horrible comments one after the other.
Yeah. Moving on to the next question. More lighter question, fun question is...
a lighter question, get it? Don't smoke, it's terrible for you.
Don't.
No. I don't. I was quitting, by the way. I was in the process of quitting until coronavirus hit us and my stop smoking clinic's been cancelled. So I'm smoking until this all goes away. Hooray!
Yeah. So the next question is, out of the 10 years that you've been doing YouTube and making videos, and as you said there a while back, that your best work, can you pick 3 videos that you can sit down to this day, go back and go, I made a perfect one there? Just you, not. I'm not talking about views or fans. I'm talking about you've uploaded that and go, in another 10 years time, I can go back to this and go, I'm still happy with that. Is there any 3 videos? Could be
there's never anything perfect. Like, I'll always make a video and, you know, fair play, I'll always put my best work out there. What I'm physically capable of putting out and mentally capable of putting out, I'll do it. But you name any video. You go through my channel over all the 10 years of videos and you pick one at random, I'll still find fault with it. I'll still go, that's not great, that's not good. And part of that comes from just learning more. Like, I think I wouldn't call myself a filmmaker, but certainly, like, I'm better at cinematography than I was. And hence I've applied that to the start of the videos and things like that now, just to add a little bit of excitement and get people in. And the further back you go, like that 11th Dr. Sonic Screwdriver toy review that I uploaded 10 years ago today, it's shit. It's awful. Like, as far as I'm concerned, that's the worst video ever. There's some later on than that are just diabolical, and I can't watch them because I'll cringe at them, or I'll go, what the fuck are you doing? Why aren't you mentioning this? Why aren't you talking about that? That's because I was doing them live. I forgot to mention it. But in terms of what's the best, like, and obviously just to cap all that off, like the videos I made 2 years ago are worse than the videos I make now, in my opinion anyway, because I'm always trying to evolve, not re-evolve, you know, like, just always try and up your game and give the best quality of video that you can, and the best presentation as well. But for the 3 that I would say I'm most proud of, one, like, I could easily just do all the documentaries. One is the Robot Wars Reactivated.
Yep.
That, I think, is some of my finest work. I watched it again recently, just from start to finish. I think it was around the end of February. It's whenever it went up first time around. I watched it on its anniversary. I love that video. I mean, not because I made it, not because I'm in it, not because our trip to getting onto TV and getting onto Robot Wars is the main backbone of the documentary. It's just because it flows so well. Like, I like to think of myself whenever I make it, because I don't know, just documentaries are my calling. I love making documentaries. I love watching documentaries. And I love the story progression in it. I love that it starts with the history of how the show came about, meeting Mark Thorpe and having him, like, that's his final recorded interview ever. We got it over Skype.
That's still crazy, the fact we talked to the founder of it.
Yeah, and all the people that contributed to it. I love the footage that's in it. I love that we got to show people the behind the scenes of making the Robot Wars TV show and all the stresses and the anxieties and our story of going from these dickheads who were kids sat around watching Robot Wars and building cardboard models, or out with their dad making a robot with a tail that'll fuck you up 6 ways from Sunday. You know, he went from that to going on to YouTube, to meeting each other, to making videos on the subject, to being invited to be in the pits at Series 9, to being invited to being on a team in Series 10. And, you know, all that just came from YouTube. It came from us going, we're going to take a chance, we're going to take a punt. We're going to throw ourselves out there and see what the fuck happens. We may be thrown right the fuck back, or we might get some shit thrown at us along the way. It doesn't matter. The point is, we took our chance, we did it, and this is the result. So that's why I love that Robot Wars Reactivated documentary so much. Another one would probably be the TARDIS Copter review. I think that's one of my all-time favorites. David, God love him, he was never a man for YouTube. Like, I always had to bother the shit out of him to do anything, like, especially the subscribers videos. But, you know, fair play to him, he still did it, but he never wanted to do it. He never wanted to be on YouTube. It's just whenever I needed someone to do a sketch, or you needed two people in order to show the full functions of a toy or something like that, I'd always get David in.
Yeah.
And just the fact that he leaves on such a high, where he's the one attacking me with the TARDIS Copter, the fourth wall breaking. I love doing that in videos, just where you see it from the toy's perspective, and you see the camera and the lights, and you see me actually reacting to it, going, "What the fuck are you? What are you?" You know, I'm sort of like losing my shit and things.
You need to do more of that. That'd be good.
See, that's what I was thinking, just like more like little fourth wall breaks and stuff. So the TARDIS Copter review has that. It has the comedy aspect as well. And I love comedy like this, where it's me testing it in the back garden and it flies off and ends up in David's back garden. I try it again, it ends up in his back garden, and he gives it back and goes, "Go away, go far away." So I go to the park and you see it from miles around. There's nothing but empty space. And I immediately start it, and it starts to fly up. And I'm instantly back at David's house, where he's got it stuck in his hair.
It's like
yeah. It's like, I thought I told you to take it to the park. I did! You know, like, I love little things like that and little bits of humour like that to put into them, because they're harmless. They don't hurt anyone. It's just this really stupid, daft idea of flying a TARDIS Copter in the middle of a deserted park, and it still ends up in David's head. So I love little jokes like that. I love that it's sort of reaches critical mass, really, because it cuts to me lying in bed, blithering like an idiot about this TARDIS Copter, and they're like, "What's a TARDIS Copter?" So this product is so awful, I've dreamed it up in my own madness.
Yeah. No, and for that, I think that was actually like one of the biggest ones that I cameoed in, because it kind of. Because like I don't think I actually think that's the first time I properly met David, like properly met him in the room, and like it's like kind of like parting ways, because another thing too is I hit one of his characters over, which was Dar Santa. That for me was really surreal, because I'm going like, this was his character. Now I have to make the character, or maybe do it my own way. Do I do it like what he did it, or like at the start I did try to do what David did, but then I was kind of going like, I'm not David. I'm more, as you said before, I'm more like, I can use my eyes more better. I have more of a wide expression, and I can like more animated things like that. So I had to let that go and do my own version.
That I liked about David whenever he was Darth Santa, because it's me doing the voice. So like I get whoever's Darth Santa, be it yourself or David, to mime it out, and you're really good at that. But I do the voice, so yeah. I would go from talking like this to talking like this to talking like this again, and then really go back and forth. You know, that old chestnut. You know, and just do that super quick.
We've got to find little Timmy's BB-8. Who would steal a child's Christmas toy? Honestly, who would stoop so low? You? Besides me. Perhaps someone addicted to drugs.
With David, what I liked was his eyes look evil. Sorry, no. His eyes don't look evil. His eyes look done with life. Like, really fucked. Like, the under eyelid is baggier and bigger than the top eyelid. He's always squinting in a I'm in pain but it's mostly emotional type way. With yourself, what I like as Darth Santa is this is Darth Santa fucking insane. Darth Santa's like the shit, because I like doing the Christmas specials more so than the subscribers videos. The subscribers videos I love, but they got too big. Like, the last one was the Infinity Loop, and that was like 2014, and I had to go off and build a Weeping Angel, and we had this building that we could film in overnight, and we had to get there, and it was far away from where any of us live, so it was really inconvenient. Like, we lost the Weeping Angel at one point, and like I had to sit and try and track it down to where the hell it winded up. And it was just a bit of a nightmare, and I was working with people that were either, as you say, they were yes men. There were people going like, yeah, okay, we'll do that, or no, okay, we won't do that. You know, like, and it just got a wee bit much. And I've been trying to make another subscribers video, or just some sort of celebration. Ideally, I would have loved to have made one for this year, just to celebrate the 10-year anniversary thing, but that's not happening. It's definitely not happening now with this whole coronavirus shit, but it's... What I like the most about the Christmas specials is that it literally feels like no one gives a fuck, but that's a good thing. Yeah. Because if there's one thing I love, it's whenever a group of people can come together, have an idea, and then just go with it. Like, the last Christmas special we made was 2017. It was Blazing Mistletoe, The Search for Mrs. Claus. I love that video so much. That's another one I think I would put on my list of the top 3 videos. Yeah, that's my third. Like, I love Santa Claus versus the Hell Beasts, because it's a story I had in my head for 4 years, and there was a lot of negative things that happened in my life that prevented me from making it. Relationships ended, people in my life passed away in rapid succession, and it really messed me up around the whole Christmas period. And it wasn't good. So whenever I got that chance to come back again and make a Christmas special, I knew what I wanted. I had the script all written, I had the jokes all planned out, and I loved it. It came out really, really well. It's so much better than any of the other Christmas specials we've made. But with Blazing Mistletoe, I loved that all I had to do was write out an outline for a script. There was no Santa Claus says this, Darth Santa says that, Mary Claus says this, Mysterious Jeff says that. There was none of that. It was basically, here's the scene, go. And we all just made it up on the spot.
Yeah, that's what I acted like. I love the fact is with that one, because that's my first time of putting input into your videos, because as I say, I did cameo parts, yeah, just do this bit. Fair enough, I'll do that. But this was the first time where I remember the scene where we were trying to do the whole Kylo Grinch fights Santa Claus. And we were doing that. We had it in the editing bay, and you were going, okay, I'm going to edit this and edit that, and I'm sitting there going, don't say it. It needs sound effects. And I went, you know what? I'll just say it, because he can turn around to me and go, no, I'm doing it my way. When I said, no, you need to do sound effects, or we need to do it this way. And then it formed into this bit where you're like, well, I can't put sound effects in it because I need to film this part over where Santa has to break into the Toys R Us place. I was like, well, how many people do you need? It's like, I just need 2 people, just me and you. I was like, well, let's go and do it. This was about like 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, there's nobody out. And I was like, right, come on, let's do it. I'm fully awake. You're fully awake. We have the camera sitting here. You've got a car. Let's go and do it. Because that's the one thing with my background in film and filmmaking and stuff like that. When it came to locations and sites and recording, if it just took 2 people to do it and they're capable of doing it, go and do it. Don't wait for 4 or 5 days and then go, oh crap, I should have done that. We should have went and done that. Because that would have been a regret. That would have held back filming. And that's what I've learned from doing stuff like that. I was like, right, no, let's do it now. And I love that after we got the footage back and we put it in the editing bay, it's like, it needs more smashing, like bricks smashing and falling over. And it just got more funny to the point where we stopped editing just because we couldn't stop laughing over a pane of glass breaking. It's just like, we'll do multiples of it. Like, he's missed the window and now he has to hit it again and it's smashed the window this time. You know, and then it was just beautiful to be a part of that. And it got better to the point with Mistletoe, our Search of Mrs. Claus. Like, the bit that I still love, and I can't believe we've done it, is go to a supermarket, buy a chicken, right? Yeah. Get a lightsaber, stick a chicken on a lightsaber on a green screen, right? While slopping about, just going, make it move, make it animated, and you can hear it slopping about, and you go, trust me. And I'm looking at you going, you're mental. This looks fucked. You're like, no, trust me. I'll edit it. It'll look class. We do the whole scene. I watched the scene with you, and there's one mysterious chef running away, going, oh fuck, right? And then this giant chicken, which is screaming like a T-Rex, is just falling towards them, and then Wonder Woman comes up and starts beating the shit out of it. But the one true like character out of that we never knew is this cat in the background just judging us, going, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like that. Yeah. It's like that wonderful moments, and that's what I love about them. Like, it's batshit. I love the fact that I even love those comments. I just thrive in those comments where someone's like, "What the fuck have I just watched? What's going on?" Because in my head, I'm sitting there thinking of fans going, "Oh my god, they've done voodoo on a chicken. Wait, the chicken's burst through the house. Oh, wow. And then it cuts to that. Like, there's one scene that I'm very proud that I helped you with. It's all your visual. Is the pumpkin scene. It's just basically, your idea was he has a mad trip and off he goes, and it's one scene, and if you do go back to watch the movie, I highly recommend people watching this and go to this scene. Is the bat drops and Santa walks in, and it's left to the imagination that, you know, he's done something bad. And my warped up reality was, you need to drop a hand in there. And you're like, no, I don't think that works. Like, just record it. If it doesn't work, you can edit it out. We do the same, exactly the same thing. The bat drops and the hand falls down. In my head, I knew for a fact fans were like, oh my god, he smashed pumpkins. They were people. You know, like, and the fact of the matter is, even your own characters that you've created in this warped world, is Mysterious Jeff has popped out. Like, if they remember the scene, we have a character who's appeared in many of your specials, which is the Russian drug lady.
You screwdriver, you're dead!
Whoa, that's a lot of cocaine.
I'm scared.
And then you find that she's a figment of magic.
Ivanka Pavlondrevich.
Ivanka Pavlondrevich for not selling crack cocaine to Santa Claus. Huh. That's a bit more ambiguous now I see it written down.
Yeah, she doesn't exist. It's all in the head.
Here, do you want a hit?
Oh, no thank you. I'm not real.
You what? Then, where did I get this from?
It's batshit, and I love that. And I love the fact that I can throw my own little bit in there, or just listen to the madness you come out with. Because that's the best dynamic with us two. Is you have all this mad ideas. I go, that won't work, that sort of work, okay, let's try that, you know, and it's a good mixture. Because in all fairness, yes, you're absolutely right. The people you had around you would have turned around and went, no. I know for a fact if you've done those Christmas specials, the chicken part wouldn't have happened. The pumpkin thing wouldn't have happened. None of that. It would have been
Because here's exactly what would have happened. Like the amount of ideas and the amount of things that I did in the old Christmas specials. Like the best one that worked was, I forget the name of which one it is. I think it's like a very Votesaxon Christmas or something like that. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But it's the one about 2012 and the end of the world, and I lose my shit, and then it cuts away to Santa, and they do this whole Santa Claus versus Darth Santa big kind of like fighting. I end up doing the Rocky IV. Yeah, I end up doing the Rocky IV montage thing. There's so many things in that where it was so hard to make. The people I was working with, God love them, but they're just not right for YouTube or for media of any kind. And why should they be? The only reason they were in it is because they were acquaintances or they were friends and they decided to help me out. So you can't exactly look at people and go, will you stop being a dick? Because they're not getting anything out of this. They're there to help you. So you're kind of put into that little box. But then you do meet people like yourself and like Catherine and Alex and Owain and all the other people that we've had over here during the course of making videos who do get it, and they want to have fun and they want to engage with it and they want to add things to it and change it around because they get the creative process. And I always think, especially with like video making, filmmaking, whatever it is, to not make myself sound like a pretentious asshole, it should be a collaborative experience. It should be fun. It should be something that you're invested in. And if you're not, that just shines through in spades on the camera. That's why I don't even like the subscribers videos, if I'm being honest, because they're taken way too seriously. There's drama in them. There has to be scenes where I play this doctor-style character and I have to give the big grand speeches and I have to do this, that and the other. Like the one that sticks out to me is the scene where the fairy's about to get taken by the weeping angel and I have my hand on the glass and she has her hand on the glass, and it's cheesy and it's awful and it's cringeworthy and I hate it because I can't come out with lines like that. David can't come out with lines like that. Whoever else we were working on couldn't come out with those lines without it sounding forced and cardboard boxed and cheesy as fuck. So it fits in with Doctor Who really well now. But, it's cringy and horrible. Whereas you watch things like the Christmas specials, they're pure farce. They're ludicrous, and they're designed to be fucking stupid. Real baseline idiocy, because it's taking the piss out of Santa Claus. Everyone's done that. It's such an old cliche. Santa's not this perfect wise old man that delivers presents every December 25th. Santa's an alcoholic that pays for strippers, doesn't give a shit when people die. He's old. He's an old, broken man. Yeah. But like this guy's like in his hundreds. That's how old he is, and he's just so done with life. Whenever things hurt him or hurt other people, he doesn't care because he's lived it. He's bored of it. He's actually bored of his own life. So like that's why he's so dead inside. Like we have that great scene, like we were saying earlier about yourself and how your eyes work much better with Darth Santa, is that there's such a contrast in that scene in Santa Claus versus the Hell Beasts, where my Santa is looking at you, your Darth Santa is looking at me. Yeah. My eyes are dead because Santa Claus is dead. He doesn't care. Oh look, there's Darth Santa behind a fence. What's for breakfast? Whereas Darth Santa's sitting there going, are you kidding me? This guy put me in here. I've had horrible things happen to me. And he has the gall to show up here to ask me for help. And you get that from your eyes because your eyes are big and they're expressionful. If that's a word, who cares? And you need that contrast. Yeah. And that's what I like so much about the Christmas specials, because they are madness defined, and they lend themselves so well to being YouTube videos because they're festive, they're Christmassy, they're beyond ridiculous. And I like that, and I like that you can get away with so many more things. Everyone who you approach to be a part of the video enjoys it, and they like doing it, and they like having fun and improvising and coming up with their own funny lines and stuff. Like, prime example is the scene just after the Mayor of Comedy comes in and busts up the wrapping presents. After he leaves, I had to have a line as Santa acknowledging that he's gone. I was like, "Who the hell was that? I don't know. Like, why does there have to be a Mayor of Comedy?" And it's like, "Is that a real thing?" It's like, he made himself the Mayor of Arseholes. You know, like, I just said that on the fly, and I cut a second before you start cracking up laughing.
The hell was that? Who the hell made him the Mayor of Comedy? I think he made himself the Mayor of Comedy. He made himself the Mayor of Arseholes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
From that came the joke that the perv character that's sitting in the room has to, like, cuts away to him and he says,
I was once the mayor of Arseholes.
we were laughing our heads off because this was the stupidest thing ever. And I genuinely believe if you're laughing your head off while the cameras are off, what's behind the scenes, what's going on. If you're laughing and having a good time, whenever you're on screen, you're going to be projecting that. And hopefully people who watch the Christmas specials and gave them a chance, because they're not Doctor Who, they're not Ghostbusters, they're not Robot Wars, they're not anything that we're known for. This is an entirely original short film comedy by Votesaxon07 featuring Two Penny Milk and everyone else. You know, hopefully they get a laugh out of it. And say if Christmas time is a little rough and they feel a little bit cynical, they can watch a cynical asshole Santa Claus get his shit kicked in by hell beasts or a gigantic chicken or whatever. You know, like, it's just pure ludicrousy. And it means that you can be lighter with the script. It means literally Blazing Mistletoe taught me you don't need a script. Just have an idea. Beginning, middle, end. Here's a scene, here's a scene, here's a scene, here's a scene. Here's what has to happen in that scene. Go.
Another thing that I love before I go on to the next question is that our two versions of the characters even made a cameo outside of your channel, which was in the form of Daniel's video, and it's just beautiful. It's very quick. If you want to check that video out, it's on YouTube. It's very, very quick. It is Daniel talking to Santa about, like, he needs help, and it cuts to this. Like, we were on the fly. We had nothing planned for this. Literally, Stephen came walking in with penguins and went, right, just leave the penguins there. I was like, oh, right, and it cuts to, like, it cuts to Santa lifting the penguin, snapping its neck and throwing it away, and then just our Santa just sitting there all broken ass and just shocked at the fact that he's just watched Santa snap at Penguin's neck, then looks over the chair and then he's just like, wow, there's so many corpses of penguins. The fact of the matter, if you look back in the day, right, and I mean back in the day when with adverts on TV where you'd have all these, like, polar bears and penguins and Santa dancing around, now you realise that this man has killed every single animal there. The last one was penguins, and now he's killed them. You know, it's just messed up. Like, and that's on another video. That's not on Votesaxon07 channel. It's bled into somebody else's channel that really loved those characters, that wanted them as a cameo. And for me personally, I love that. I love the fact that my version of Dark Santa is now been. I like that. Let's do that. And every time I feel, in all fairness, like, I have my own characters. I have, like, the one character stuck with me is One Nut. I've had many others over the years, but people went, that's you. I love One Nut. And for him to go onto your channel and have his own weird, like, mashup with Mysterious Jeff is brilliant. But now I can actually turn around and say, I have another character that wasn't mine, that was created by you, but now it feels that it's my character as well. Like, I can jump from doing One Nut to then doing Dark Santa and even Dodgy Dan. Like, I look at those three characters, even though they're all messed up, and go, yeah, if I do be remembered for one thing, I want people to go, yeah, these three characters, no matter where they were, are messed up. Same with yourself. You've made some wild ass characters. Like, the character sticks out in my head that was created the same time as I came onto the channel was Kylo Grinch.
Kylo Grinch. Yeah.
It shouldn't be mixed together, but it is. The fact of the matter is this person, this character that's never been seen on Earth before, even has a lore, even has a back history that he was a lover of Darth Santa, but they don't go into it anymore. And Santa doesn't go like a typical person going, "Here, what? You used to be with this enemy that caused him this much shit," but don't talk about that.
We were lovers once, all right? Get off my back about it. Huh. Wow. Right. Better get in here. Get this over with.
It's just wow, right, I'm buggering off here. I may kill him. Fuck it, like, and then you think, oh, finally, they were lovers and stuff like that. No, he kills him.
Yeah, surprise, ball bag.
Darth Santa is the hero in that. And what does he get? He gets his arms cut off and off he goes. He's the hero.
Yeah.
Where Santa is bad Santa. Santa is this absolute bastard.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's not deliberately being an absolute bastard. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, and that's what I love. I love being a part of that. I actually do really go like, what the hell is he going to do next?
You know what? That's what we need to do. We need to make this year's Christmas special. See when this coronavirus shit's all over.
Yeah,
we've got to get together and make it happen.
Moving on to before, like, I've got two questions in one, but I'll do the first question first. Is another, like, I've actually went out to a few fans that I communicate with, and they have been asking about this too. I don't understand why. Like, in fairness, I've started getting back into it again, and I've said this to you in messages and stuff like that. Is like another thing at me coming on to the channel was another idea, which was RC gear. We have 3 episodes out. It was basically, the 3rd episode was to, maybe the fans didn't get that or understand that it was meant to be, this is the end, like they're never coming back from this. And yeah. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, maybe it's just the chemistry we've had, or just how weird and funny it was, is there have been people going like, oh, when's your next episode going to come out? And then the questions that I give these people was like they would love to know, is there going to be another one? Is there going to be like a lot of people like the 3rd episode because it was more like it was like Christmas specials. It was like the Christmas specials and RC gear mixed into one, and that's what I'd really love to do. And I think that's also the first time Dodgy Den is appears in it. He makes his first appearance in that, and then bleeds into the Christmas specials. And which is messed up, but still, it's great that a character doesn't just stick with one thing and moves on to another thing. For me personally, looking at it, I did love the RC gear. I think in all fairness, my proudest video, me working the camera, is in episode 2 of RC gear. It's just following these 2 cars, just smashing the life out of each other.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Even your idea with and I really love that, is. Now, no one knows about this because we never did a behind-the-scenes thing, and I think from now on we should do things like that, how was this made and things, or commentary.
I've said that to you, man. Bring a camera with you, and we'll film it. I genuinely did. It's one of my favorite videos on my channel. That's not even my video. You made it, the behind-the-scenes of Santa Claus versus the Hell Beasts.
Yeah,
where
that was good.
You just had a camera rolling. I want things like that. You even came up with an idea because the route to get to you is so far away. It's about a 45-minute drive from my house, from my front door to your front door. It's 45 minutes, and the whole way down the road, I'm fine with it. The only thing about it is obviously petrol, and that's what we have. Both of our Patreons for money from that goes into fueling the car and different bits and pieces like that. But the whole way down, I'm either listening to music, I'm listening to a podcast or an audiobook. The whole way back up again, you and I are cracking away like wildfire. Because we haven't seen each other in ages, so we'll be talking and talking away. And you said, what if we mounted a camera to the dashboard and mic'd ourselves up? We could do things like that. See, it's always things like that I'm interested in doing, and things like this as well. Like, there's a reason why I wanted to do this as the 10th anniversary celebration. It's because it's just us having a conversation, and if we can get people to watch the videos, not for what the content is, not for, oh, it's a review of this, or oh, he's done a modification madness, or he's done this, that, and the other. If we can get people watching to go, I want to see what Stephen and Anthony are up to. But before it was always Votesaxon07, Votesaxon07. But if it's for us, that's what I appreciate the most. And obviously you're not going to get that. There's going to be people that watch the channel for a specific reason, be it for Doctor Who, be it for Robot Wars, be it for whatever. That's fine. But there are that select few in there. Yeah. And they're the people that I love the most, that just go, oh my god, Anthony and Stephen are back again.
Yeah, that shocked me.
About.
Yeah. That genuinely shocks me. But as I said, in episode 2 of RC Gear, like, the bit that shocked me is like, this isn't going to happen, you're going to mess up your phone, and you were like, no, it will, trust me. You duct taped the car to the front of your car and went, go. And he goes, what if I stop? Like, it's going to smash in the back of your car, is going to smash into mine, it's going to smash your phone. It's like, doesn't matter, go, just go with it, fire away. Yeah. And then we stopped, put it in my car and drove around. That is by far, still to this day, my favorite. We made a miniature car chase. Like, these were like back in James Bond era, or back in any like Fast and Furious, or any of the other franchise, big massive car chases where you had that camera, where that camera angle where it was a low shot, where you could see a million cop cars spinning, kind of catch it.
That's taken from Blues Brothers. There's a scene in Blues Brothers at the end whenever they're racing back to Chicago. They mounted a camera to the front of that Bluesmobile and had it tear down the midsection of Chicago at 110 miles an hour. And they did that for real. That wasn't CGI, that wasn't trickery, that wasn't speeding up the footage, because they put real people in. They put near misses with other cars in, so you could tell this isn't sped up. They're literally driving down a street in Chicago at 110 miles an hour. Whenever, because I'm a big movie lover, and I love my Blu-rays and my DVDs and everything because of the special features. How did they make this? What's the science behind the magic? That sort of thing. And whenever I heard that people were paid money, this is their job, to strap a camera to the front of a car and drive down a street at 110 mile an hour, I went, I want to do that. But obviously, I'm not a filmmaker. I don't think I'll ever be a filmmaker, if I'm being honest. Like, whatever I wind up being, it'll probably just revolve around YouTube. But I wanted to do that. And if I can't put an actual camera onto an actual car and drive it at 110 miles an hour, you can better bet your ass I'm going to duct tape a camera to a remote control toy and drive and put the stick forward.
Yeah, like that's... But in all first, I look back at them. I still look back at them and go, like, even the first episode, like, they're all golden gems to me. Like I'm looking at them going, like, I really do love them. I for the fans and the ones who I did like talk to recently, and they were really going, like, what was the next idea? What was the other idea? We did plan ideas to do, and we do have. There's a group of people where I live, locally, that have RC boats. And the idea was, and also a friend of yours as well who does drone work, is mix the two of them together. The next episode will be drones and boats. And what the hell?
Boats and drones.
Yeah, boats and drones.
RC gear, boats and drones.
Yeah.
Instead of boats and hose, boats and drones.
Yeah, like that was an idea we played with. And in all fairness, when we made the third episode, I did have to let go. I let go of it going, right, this is a project that it's ended, we're done, we're moving on to the next one. People are asking, the fans that have been at this one question that I did say was, is it a yes or no? Would we go back and visit, or is that project just done? I
think there's something that I learned very recently over the last couple of months, which is don't force anything. Like, if you're going to do something, do it because it feels natural. And I don't want to make, like, the way I sort of come up with ideas is really weird, because I'll just be lying in bed, or I'll be on the fucking thinking bowl, the toilet, or I'll be driving, or I'll be taking the dog for a walk, and a funny line will come into my head. And I can't shake this funny line. and I go, why is that line funny? And I work it backward from there, and it turns into an idea. Like, that's how the Christmas specials came about. That's how the subscribers videos came about. That's how anything that I do that's in any way fully creative and fully mine and beyond the realms of a toy review or an episode review of Doctor Who or BattleBots, that's how it starts. Mm-hmm. And right now, yeah, we've got the premise: remote control boats, remote control drones. That's great, but it's just the premise. It's like, where's the hook? What do we do? That's great. What's going to be entertaining about this? What can I record a load of this footage and edit it into something that's going to look hilarious? Pardon me, it's going to look hilarious. Mm-hmm. And if there's not, then we can't do it, and we're not going to force ourselves to do it, because you'll see it. You'll see it in the end result. We're just not interested, or it's a calamity, or we don't know what we're doing, or I'm sitting for long hours into the night editing on the computer going, oh, fuck, I wish I got this shot, or that doesn't make sense, or fuck, you know, and it becomes this whole stressful thing. You don't get the same level of creativity. So while I would love to make RC gear again and make another one, as of right now, I'd love to do more sketches for the reviews. I'd love to do more of having you sitting at the table during the overall section and discussing an item with you. I'd rather make spoilerific reviews. I'd rather make the Drop Zone. I'd love to make another Christmas special, because they're just so much fun to make. But RC gear is quite low on the list.
I don't know what it is. Maybe we didn't make it clear. I think maybe because we done it at the very end of it, we just walked off. Like, me and you walked off. Like, our characters are buggered. Like, they're gonna get arrested and stuff like that. But we didn't have any consequences. So it means that technically, yeah, we were off to make another episode where it was the end. It was basically they're financially screwed. No matter what, if it had to kill their characters, the show, the premise is gone. This is like
that's why we had Mark in as like the producer. So he could go like, look, this show's tanking, you've already lost a guy, and fair enough, Tim, he went off to do his own thing, and that's fine. But the whole point of it was, this is sort of it. You have to make a new episode of RC Gear, and if it's a success, it'll continue. If it's terrible, we're done. And it ends in the most horrific way possible, where two psychopaths blow up a children's hospital or a children's adoption place or something. This old woman's house gets absolutely destroyed. All the kids die. She dies. The joke isn't that, oh my god, an old woman and a bunch of kids were blown up. The joke is that these irresponsible dickheads would even do this in the first place. You know, and a lot of people tend to get things a wee bit wrong or take things the wrong way, especially now online, because everyone's very, very sensitive over various topics and what have you. So, like, for example, we even got a comment where someone said, I can't believe you think rape is funny. And the joke was that Darth Santa keeps getting raped.
How about you give me a hot, thick slice of that sexy young thing in the black coat over here? I do have a thing for men with beards that have weird orange crap in them.
Look, I'm bloody sick of being penetrated against my will in these Christmas specials. The answer is no!
Be it by Negan, be it by Mysterious Jeff, whoever it is, he's sick of being violated in these bloody Christmas specials, is the line he comes out with. And someone made a comment saying, I can't believe you think rape is funny. No, the joke isn't rape. It's not like we're laughing going, ha ha ha, rape's funny, people who have been raped, they're subject of mockery. It is not about that. The joke is that rape is horrible. It's literally one of the most terrible things that can ever happen to a person. It's up there with the likes of racism or sexism or whatever. It's awful. And no human being should ever have to suffer it, ever. And the fact that people do suffer through it, it's genuinely, it boggles the mind that this is something that can happen. Something so evil and vile. And the joke is that Darth Santa is so unlucky that this keeps happening to him. The worst things in the world will happen to Darth Santa. He will be raped. He will have his arms cut off. He will, whatever the fuck happened to him in Blazing Mist, so yeah, had a baseball bat shoved up his ass by Negan. That's the joke. He's that character where the most horrible things in the world will happen to him. And he doesn't even bring them on himself. He's literally just trying to get through life as best as he can. He's a crack whore by trade. He basically lives in a trailer and satisfies men in exchange for crack. He is a crack whore. So, you know, like, he's just trying to live his best life, and all this bad shit just keeps happening to him. Just busts him down and makes him feel horrible. That's what you should be laughing at, that something so horrible could happen to a person, especially over Christmas time. And he's I kind of see Darth Santa as like, he was Santa at one point, but he just got abused and hurt and fucked up so much that he became Darth Santa. And that's why it's like that's why he hates Santa, because Santa technically stole his job, and Santa's a fucking raging lunatic alcoholic.
So yeah, basically to wrap that part of the thing is it's not on our list. It's there. We're proud of it, but it's not on the list. And if it happens, it happens. Just click the bell icon. You maybe see it come up, but don't get your hopes up. The next question. Moving on to the next question is. You're talking a little bit about it there in the previous question there, but one big thing that every fan of your channel will always go back, and it's still there to this day. You had that spark about you to go like, I don't have a big Cyberman that can burst through the door. It's been made by so many people in a wee factory. I literally have to go back in the shed and make this, but I have to make this look like it's a devastating thing. And I loved it. The Weeping Angel. Like there's parts of your movies that still fuck me up to this day, and I'm gonna bleed into that now. Is in the entire place where I live. I'm not gonna mention where I live because I don't want anyone coming to my house. But
no, of course not.
When the area where I live in, there's one bit of relic that still exists that should have been gone by time itself, but it's there just to fuck with me. It's a phone box.
Yeah.
Now, this phone box, and you see, so you drive past before you come to my place, it's there. It's the first thing you see before you come into my area. It's battered, it's bruised, the door has been ripped off it, but the light is still there. It's just still on. No one uses it. Now, it's still active. You can dial it up and call people. I've done it before. It terrified me. The fact is that you took a normal thing, a normal everyday thing that someone's used, went into it, it teleports you away to this planet or another dimension. You've been pulled away from your own home, and you did it with the most it was the most fucked up thing. A normal human went into that phone box, and you're explaining to your companion, which was played by David, wait, don't go in there. And you forget about it. It's a little tiny little bit. It's been forgotten about. That person disappeared, and that's it. There's a transmat beam that's been explained, and etc. etc. When you get put into that dimension, the person's clothes, the person what's left of that person, has been completely just disappeared. Like, you're picking up a part of that person that you're like, and it pulls you back. You're like, wait a minute, that little throw off bit, the person's been disappeared. That's what's left of them. You know what? Yeah, I still have that little fear. Even talk about it now, it's still a wee bit scary. It's like, it's just a sci-fi, like it's my friend. He showed me even clips of it not existing. It's a part for a movie. The light started to flicker, and I was like, no, fuck that. I'm not being. But I know, but that's logically, I know how this was created. I know how this one little thing happened. But in my subconscious, that messed me up. And I know for a fact that even looking in your comment section of the movies, there are people still to this day going like, that is still scary. It's a reminder how much your movies scared the shit out of me, even though they were low budget. It's your creativity where you went like, I don't have the money to do this, but I'm going to take something every day that no one thinks about and make it into this horrible thing.
The idea, like there's a two-part sort of answer to that. The first one is Doctor Who always does that. It takes the normal and makes it abnormal. That's what's great. Cracks in walls, like not blinking, things like that. It takes normal everyday things that you take for granted and goes, what if they were used against you? And I don't know about you, but before I made Total Reboot, when's the last time you gave a shit about a phone box? They're obsolete. They're just things. They just exist. They're just there. Because everyone's got mobile phones now. No one needs them. Very, very rarely would you see someone use a phone box. So why are they still around? What if you were to take that and turn it into something sinister? It's ideas like that I had. And I was like, okay, well, what's the one thing that I could use? Phone box. Because again, it ties into Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It ties into Doctor Who, because, TARDIS is a phone box. But what if you were to just sort of give it that little sci-fi twist and just make the normal abnormal? That's why I'll never have a go at Doctor Who for having crap effects. Because if you have a good story, and if you have people invested, you can have the shittest effects in the world and people will still appreciate it because they're invested. Because they want to see how this resolves. What, like, the drama, the tension of it all. What's the resolution? How does your main character, how does the Doctor win the day? And, the effects are just part of that storytelling process. They don't have to be good. It's the same as graphics in a video game. The graphics could be terrible, but the video game plays really well, and you get a sense of fun and adventure when you play it, and that will ultimately always rule the day. It doesn't matter if your movie is shot in 4K and it comes out in 4K HD Blu-ray. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If your movie is shit, no one's going to watch it. If your story's crap and makes no sense, no one's going to watch it. If your acting's terrible, it'll throw a couple of people, but you'll still watch it because it's all just means of telling a story. And, with embracing the crap sort of lack of budget, you get to have more fun. You get to make more jokes. You get to make the joke before the comment section can.
My favorite one was, the whole concept is the cyberbloke has been sent back to basically, take out your mum. And it's a beautiful comedy because you come from the same comedy aspect that I come from, watching funny skits and stuff back in the day, like Multi Python, things like that. There, the beautiful moment is your mother is sitting messing around with a phone or just in her own room.
This very room.
Yeah, in the exact room. And that window right behind you, it's the bit that made me laugh is there's the cyberbloke, right? But here's the logic that I love about it, because I see when I see something like that, I start to go really into logic. Is he pulls out a bazooka to shoot the mother? Well, that's perfectly fine, but the fact is that when that missile hits the window, it's going to take him out, take her out, and take you out as well. And then you can see your character come along, and you're fighting them, and you're beating the life out of each other, and and it disappears off screen, and next minute there's a cyberbloke with the bazooka again, going, aha, I've got you now, and bang. There's whole, fighting and stuff, and I love that. I even love the fact that each character, even though the cyberbloke should have been just a small throwaway thing, but it became this character, and it became this lovable character. It bled into the other movies as well.
With the characters coming back, it's because I'm selfish and I don't like to let go of things that I've made. So, with Mysterious Jeff, what the fuck is Mysterious Jeff? What's his appeal? No one knows. He's just a creep. He's this weird, really weird guy that walks around with weird shit.
A beetroot over his face, it's a throwaway clip, and now he's got his own character development.
That's the thing, though. That's what I love, is creating a world. Votesaxon07 is an alternate reality. It's not real. None of this is real, but everything that happens in it exists. And every time I upload a new video, it's a window into this really bizarre world. And it comes from being a fan of Kevin Smith. Because all the Kevin Smith movies, those characters all exist in that world. There's some that look like others, and there's some that talk like others, and what have you. But they all exist. If you go from Clerks to Mallrats, you hear the same story from two perspectives about a girl that had an aneurysm in a pool and died. The characters in Clerks knew that character, the characters in Mallrats knew that character. And it's just something that's always stuck with me. It comes from watching kids' TV shows and everything, where I'm like, well, wait a minute, that person that lives next door to the main people that we're watching, why don't they pop up more? Why don't they come over more? Why aren't they involved, you know? So whenever it came time for me, whenever I was mucking about on YouTube, to go, okay, I've made this character Mysterious Jeff. He's going to show up again. You make Santa and Darth Santa, they're going to show up. Like, even whenever I upload a review, that's not me. That's a character in this weird Votesaxon07 universe. And for all you know, while I'm sitting there and you're watching a toy review, Mysterious Jeff, One Nut, Darth Santa, Santa, Dodgy Den, everyone, the weird drug lady that doesn't exist, they're all out there somewhere in this universe. They could pop up in a video at any time, you know? And I like doing little things like that. And I like that the Cyberbloke still exists and he's out there somewhere, and that the Furry is out there somewhere and exists, and the Master's out there somewhere and exists. You know, it's all the same universe. The ghost of Kylo Grinch is still burning in hell. You know, like it's this weird alternate reality. And that's sort of what you have to remember whenever you're watching those types of videos, that anything could happen. That giant chicken that Wonder Woman killed, that could come back. She's out there somewhere, you know.
The question to this, because of like, that's the, I think, and all from my point of view, is a lot of your fans are pulled and drawn to that is your movies. Like, that's a bit, because it's a Doctor Who movie. It pulls them together. Really enjoyed it. My question is, like, what was your reaction when like 10 of 2 the last series of Doctor Who, where literally the showrunner himself basically said everything's possible, everything, all doctors exist. So now if you think about it, like, all the doctors that are on the fan movies on YouTube, they all exist. It's basically a nice message saying we are all the Doctor. With those movies, do you think that you're sitting there going, nah, I shouldn't have done that, or
No, definitely not. Whenever I was a kid, I wanted to make movies. I wanted to make my own little TV shows, my own little specials. I've always wanted to be creative. I remember singing a Smurfs parody song to my fellow P3 students at the front of class one morning and making them laugh. I remember, like, even back in the day, like, me and my friend made a TV show that was seen by no one. It was basically a mix-up between Bottom and Jackass. It was these two old English farts that hated each other and hated life and wanted to hurt each other in the worst way possible. And that's cringy as fuck to look back on now. It's literally awful. It was filmed on a black and white security camera that was plugged into a TV, and the way that we recorded it and edited it was hitting record and stop on the TV with a built-in video recorder. The camera itself didn't have a lens, it didn't have a monitor on it, so you just pointed it roughly in the direction you wanted it to be in and hope for the best, so you couldn't frame a shot. And again, it was black and white, so it was fucking terrible. The microphone was on the back of the camera, so it didn't pick up sound too well. But we're very proud of, like, I was very proud of that. I was very proud of being able to make something and own it and have it be entertaining. And I only have little snippets of it now because my other friend ended up taking the tape away. I secretly, low-key, think he just took it out the back and smashed it. But it's something that I wish I'd kept my hands on because I enjoyed it. And I'd never watch it. But it's just the fact that I had such a good time making it and I didn't give a shit. And it's something that I need to remember. Likewise, the same is true with the subscribers videos, with the reviews, with everything that I've done over the past 10 years. I'm so goddamn lucky that even one person turned their head and went, oh my god, the videos you make are great. Let alone the 48,000 I had on the old channel, let alone the 27,000 that I have on this channel. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, those videos exist for a reason. They don't exist because of random chance. They don't exist because it was handed to you. Those videos exist because I wanted to make them. Times get tough, and there's times where it does get tough, and I go, look, I can't go on. I just can't. This is too much. I always remember I got a message from someone who said, look, my kid's highly autistic, and he's having a hard time at school. He comes home crying every day. Now, this was years ago. This was like 2014, 2015. He comes home crying every day. And the first thing he does is he goes up to his room, turns on his computer, and watches one of your videos. And everything's right with the world. And for just that brief time, that run time of your video, he's happy and he laughs. And I'm sure there was other channels and other places that he went to and other things he did that made him happy and helped him cope.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that I was one of those people, it just kind of broke me a little bit. I was like, really? Because I've battled it. I've battled depression. I've been through a lot of shit in my life that has left me changed. And I'm a completely different person now than the person who I was 10 years ago when all this stuff began. I'd like to think that my hair looks better and I'm a bit thinner. But, you know, aside from that, I'm radically different. I've went through a lot, and through my decade on YouTube, I've lost friends. I've lost relationships, be it me breaking up with them or them breaking up with me. I've lost family members, but I've gained people and shit like that as well. And it's been a rocky road.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it hasn't all been smooth sailing. But back in around about 2012, I was at my lowest. I just finished my media degree, and I was sitting going, now what? Like, BBC aren't hiring, ITV aren't hiring, UTV aren't hiring, nothing. There's very limited job opportunities for people with media degrees in Northern Ireland. So I just sort of went, so is this it then? Is it just YouTube forever? Is it get another job working in a fast food place or working in a shop or something like that? You know, what do I do now? Because I want to make videos. This is my thing. This is my passion. I want to make documentaries. I want to make movies. I want to make reviews and stuff. But I was still incredibly low. I was going to counselling, but around about that time, I'd also discovered the Nostalgia Critic. And this is all before this Change the Channel thing came out and before it was revealed what was going on there. But I went to my therapy session for an hour, came out, and beside it there was a Spar that had a little Subway in it. So I would go in there and I would get a Subway sandwich. I would come home. I didn't have an internet capable phone. There's no smart TVs. There was nothing like that. My PlayStation wasn't hooked up to the internet. So I had to go on the computer. I sat at the very desk that I sit at to this day. I'm looking at it right now in this room. This is the one. I would sit there, hunched over, watching the new Nostalgia Critic episode while eating my Subway, and then maybe having a cup of tea and a biscuit or something like that. And it would be my pick-me-up. It would be my reward for opening my mind and letting the demons out for an hour and trying to fight them as hard as I can. Like, I always see the therapy sessions that I had as Joe and Harry's trying to fight the Dementor in Harry Potter, and it's a Bogart. And like every time Professor Lupin opens the door and out comes this Bogart that looks like a Dementor, and Harry's sitting there going, Expecto! Expecto! And he's failing and he can't produce a Patronus. That's what a lot of my therapy sessions felt like, and that's what I resonated with when it came to Harry Potter. And I think that was obviously the intention of J.K. Rowling as well. Dementors represent depression.
Yeah.
That's what a therapy session always felt like to me. And whenever I came home, and I had my Subway, and I had my biscuits, and I had my cup of tea, and I had my new Nostalgia Critic, that was the equivalent of the chocolate that Lupin gives Harry afterward to make him perk up and feel a little bit better afterward.
Yeah.
And the second I got that message from that woman talking about her kid, I went, that's me now. That's who I've become. And I have a responsibility now. Because people are coming to me going, look, whenever there's a cloudy day, you're that little ray of sunshine that pokes through that makes me go, it's not all bad. Yeah. Here's the distraction. Here's a cool new toy that I'll never hope to own, but this guy's reviewed so I can sit and watch it. Here's a stupid sketch that this guy made that makes me laugh. If I can do that, if I can make other people happy, I'm going to do it. Because it's what I've always been taught. Do the right thing. And if making my silly little videos and us mucking about, chatting shit, if that's giving people something, then that's what it's all about, really. And I mean, like, I took a photo of myself with my screwdriver. I've one prepared here. I did that.
Yeah.
And I took a photo of that, printed it out, wrote a letter on the back saying, look, things aren't all bad. The beautiful thing about life is things change, and so on and so forth. And all these supportive things. And I sent it out to him, and I sent him a sonic screwdriver as well. And I said, look, I'm tired of reviewing screwdrivers. You give it a go. And he did. He buggered off, and he made his own review of it. And he made other little videos as well with him and his little sister. And like, he even did like things where he made a music video of me where it was, you know, that song All About That Bass.
Yeah.
That, you know, I'm all about that bass. Like, he did that, but he cut my reviews together so it made lyrics. So it was like, so you know I'm all about that face, all that face, no detail. I'm all about that face, about that face. And then like articulation and all this stuff. I went, oh my god, that's really, really awesome. And it's that one little ray of sunshine. I got to meet him in person at the 2015 MCM, him and his mom, and his little sister too. Loveliest people you could ever meet in the world. And to actually see that, and to see the kids' eyes light up whenever I rocked up or anything like that, that's the thing that stays with you more than anything else. And I wish that were true all the time, but it's not. The thing that stays with you all the time is the negativity. You're shit, you got this wrong, fuck you. And you have to force yourself to remember those times. To remember whenever people sent you messages going like, you're my favorite channel. Oh my god, I love you. Your reviews are class. The way you film things is great. But above everything else, it's you make me happy. And that's all I want to do. If like I ever want to be remembered, if I ever want to have a lasting legacy, when people think of, hey, do you remember that guy Steven? And same for yourself. Do you remember that guy Anthony? Yeah, they were good people. I miss them. That's what I want. I want people to go to my gravestone, and as they're defacing it by writing Doctor Who graffiti all over it, you know, like, I want them to go, I miss that guy. He made the world brighter. He didn't make the world duller. He didn't make the world sad. He didn't spread hate or misery or anger. He spread happiness and love and fun. And for that reason, that's why I can diss my videos all I like. I can say they were crap quality, the editing was bad, I was a terrible voiceover artist for that review or for this video or whatever. But at the end of the day, every single video that you make is bound to be at least someone's favorite video in the entire world. Yeah. Like a video that you do nothing, a video that you go, yeah, fuck it, I just fired that out of my ass in 5 minutes just to get it online. There's someone out there watching that going, this is fucking class. Or like even just a little section of it. A little bit where like I've made you laugh and you're pissing yourself and you can't control yourself. There's somebody rewinding that and rewinding that and rewinding that and watching it over and over again going like, you can see where Anthony actually, finally the words that Stephen has said have entered Anthony's brain. The cogs have churned and he's went, what the fuck? And then he just bursts out laughing.
The best one was the Spice Girl one. Mm-hmm. Like, when who the hell would in the right mind would worry you and Jack and your Spice Girls? And it you can see it makes going like. And then I love the fact that you're editing, you cut it back. Yeah, like, but you cut to Spice Girls, and then I go, wait, Billie Piper was a singer. It cuts to her with her singing. Like, it's nostalgic moments, even parts where like there's generations that are watching your stuff that don't remember TV like we remember. So it's nice to throw back. Like one thing that I recently found, I'll take a picture of it for you, was the Derek Acora. I love the fact that man, God rest his soul, he's passed away, but he live on through our videos, because like there's people who in the comment section, there's people there, general term, I will say, I don't remember Most Haunted. I remember Most Haunted. You remember Most Haunted. I remember sitting back watching that each day going, oh my god, they're going to go to this place, I can't wait, oh my god, there's a monster, there's something there. Like, then to see Derek Acora appear in Doctor Who you're going, what the hell? Peggy Mitchell up here on it, like, you know, from East End. Like, these are shows that we grew up with, and there's a nostalgic trip with that. Now we're bringing that nostalgia into our reviews. Like, no harm to, there are generations that watch our stuff that will go, I don't remember the Spice Girls, who are them? And they'll go up and check up on it and go, oh my god, this was this person, or that was a Billie Piper song. I never knew that. I just knew her as Rose Tyler. You know, so it's nice to let, like, to throw things back, like, do you remember this? Or here's a bit of our chat thrown into it. You know, and I love that. I love that the old ways haven't died.
That's what I love about doing the spoilerific reviews. Like, we can go on to a tangent talking about EastEnders. We can go on to a tangent talking about Only Fools and Horses or Red Dwarf or something like that. And people go, what the fuck is this? What are they talking about?
Yeah.
And you get to put the clips in and funny stuff. And it's just there to make people go, that was funny. What was that? And it's to sort of keep that. It's one for people that know what it is to go, oh my god, I remember this. This is class. And for people who have never heard of it before to go, what the fuck did I just witness? What was that?
Yeah, like that's the one thing I will say is, like, and I truly do believe this, is me and you and the 90s generation, but me and you specifically, is we're a down breed. We're like the last of the gentlemen, because the gentleman era is just gone. Like, it's completely just down out. And I do like the fact, and I do like to see ourselves as we're the last dying light of the old ways. And even if when we do go to the other side of the great beyond, our stuff will be remembered. People, like, I imagine people in years later will come back to them and go, what I love to think is a parent going, I remember watching Votesaxon07 and watching these two idiots talk absolute crap, but it was fun and I could sit with it and I felt like they were my friends in a room, just taking the absolute piss out of a show that's been going on for many years, but they're taking the piss out and having a laugh with it and showing their children and their children's children. And that's what I like. That's the thing that I like when I sit down doing the reviews with you and going, you know, it's given me a place, because, like, for example, from where I am right now is, like, I'm practically crippled. Like, I can still walk around, still move around. I'm dyslexic. I have, like, in all honesty, I walk into a job right now or trying to get interviewed, they go, get the fuck. You're fucked. Yeah. You're damaged goods. Move on. Where with YouTube and your platform and your channel, giving me the opportunity to be on your channel, it's opened my eyes to a lot of things where I don't feel useless. I feel like I'm helping somebody out. Like, when people are sending me comments going, like it still astonishes me when I see comments on your channel, on your videos going, I really love you and Anthony. I really want you destroying Anthony over something small that it made me laugh. Like, even to the point where you made a video just of me laughing my head off, and that's just me. That's not acting. That's just me. Like, no. It's messed up.
I blame the Illuminati.
But people in that video going like, oh my god, these are the best bits of Anthony laughing his head off, and I laughed at them. I remember laughing at that. Like it's small things. You don't even there's no script. That's the one thing I want to make sure like people know. There is no script. That's just two guys spurting out absolute shite, but it's fun. Like, still to this day, I can't look at a Robot Wars multi-pack thing because the fucking triangle in the background. It's made by the Illuminati. Like, my mind is wired up a different way to a normal person. If you throw out something, say, I hit a baseball bat off a badger, I will look at that and analyse that, going like, that poor badger sat there looking up going, oh look, nummies. Yep. Twat. You know, like,
no,
you know,
that's my thing. That's what I go into when we make a spoilerific review or we make a drop zone episode or whatever. I'm not going into it going, okay, so I have to cover this, and this, and I have to talk about that, and it has to be in 3 minutes, and Anthony has to say this, and I have to say that. Go. My thing, whenever we sit down, all the cameras are recording, I've synced up the soundtrack, I'm ready to go. My mission statement in my head is make Anthony laugh. Yeah. That's it. It's make my best friend piss himself laughing. And hopefully with that, because, and again, ties back to what I was saying earlier, you don't get that reaction Like, say if you're on your own. I mean, there's a reason why the spoilerific reviews have morphed and changed so much over the years. When they first started, I used clips from actual Doctor Who episodes. Bye old channel. I then did green screen when I reviewed Series 10, and whenever I did the Robot Wars reviews as well. And it's so isolated and it's so alone because you're just sitting there and it's you in a room with a camera and a green backdrop. Like, you can talk for ages, you can edit it perfect and put it online. It's just so empty the whole way through. Like, sure, you get the comments and the likes and stuff, and that's great, but you're not interacting with an actual person. You're seeing data. Like, comments are data, likes are data. There's no human interaction there, not truly. You don't see a person's face whenever they watch their videos. Like, I caught you saying to me there that, like, the other way, because I cut together the best bits for Series 12, and you and Catherine were around the house. It was the night after we'd all went out on the piss, and I went, "Do you want to see this?" And the entire time they were watching that video, the two of you were watching that video, I was watching you.
Yeah.
I was looking at you two going, "Do you find this funny? What's your reaction to it?" And Catherine called me out on it and said, like, "Oh, you want to see people watching your videos? You want to, like, see like whatever it was that she was hinting at." It's not. I want to see, does this genuinely entertain people? Do people laugh at this?
Yeah.
And with you being on the channel, you're my sounding board for that. If I say something ridiculous or if I say something really stupid and you laugh, then there's a good chance that the people at home watching it are laughing, one, because I said that thing, but they're also laughing because of the way that you reacted to it. You're not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
The people who are watching it know that I didn't take it seriously whenever I said it. This isn't my actual opinion. I'm just trying to make you laugh.
Yeah.
And by extension, make the people who watch it laugh as well.
Yeah, like, in all fairness, with those Doctor Who reviews, like there's normal day things, because the thing with me is, like, I categorize myself as I'm not a YouTuber. Like, when the camera comes on, that's it, and that's it. I go off and do my normal day of business, but, you know, like, do things. I'm not eat, breathe, and sleep YouTube all the time. So I have that cut-off moment, and maybe that's a good thing too, because I'm not immersed in that where I can laugh at something that somebody else go, "That's hypercritical. They've done this X, Y, and Z." Like, in normal day of life, I can't look at a Kinder Bueno anymore because I see that gobshite of a man going, "They have Kinder Buenos on that ship." I can't even look at the fact that it's a small little thing that it's caused a big thing now, where we have now created a meme where it's Benny. Like Benny has become that actress is going, "Those bastards."
Isn't wearing the hand of trench coat? Clearly a monster. I love you, Benny. Sex is amazing.
There's artwork of us taking the piss, us just talking shite, where it's a creature in a trench coat holding the wee one, but like, "It's my favourite one, Benny. This is a horrible creature. Look at it." Like, that's not your other half. That is this bog monster that'll rip your fucking face off. You know,
and she doesn't hurt. It's just like, "It's Benny.
Like,
I love my Benny."
Yeah. And another thing I love as well is, like, it's a small throwaway thing, but it's still stuck in my head, is that Dalek is out there on a rock beating the ever-living shit out of it, right? And eventually it will pull all these rocks together with its hatred and make another shell and come back to kill the Doctor. Silly things that we've made up. Like, there's one thing I did know for a fact, a lot of fans got very offensive with what you said, and it's a very throwaway line, which was, "Doctor Who needs a reboot," and it does. It did. Nuke everything, refix it, do it again, and they did do that. And there was a majority of people who were like, "Yeah, I agree with Stephen now. Now I can understand that, yes, it did need Luke." And then there is another majority of fans that turned around and went, "I thought he was going to lose his crap about this and shit on it like every other Doctor Who channel did." And you didn't. And you also got comments from people going, "Do you know what? I actually liked it. I came to your channel because I'm sick and tired of listening to other people complain and moan about it. You would shit on an episode one day and then positive on the next day, and it was brilliant. It wasn't the same repetitive crap." You know, and that's
the thing, though. Like, a lot of people over the last couple of years seem to have this perception of me that I hate everything. that I'm literally the Doctor Who channel equivalent of I hate everything. Like,
Yeah.
everything I review is shit. It's terrible. It's awful. That's not the case at all. YouTube and the internet at large is now promoting this idea that you have to be super this way or super this way. There is no middle ground. You have to love something or hate something. And the majority of the episodes of Doctor Who that have been on over the last couple of years, I'll say it, they're bad. That's my opinion, but they're bad. They're boring. They tread over old ground way too much. They're too similar to previous stories, or they're not exciting enough as new original stories.
Yeah.
So when an episode comes along that I do like, I'm not going to conform like a conformist. I'm not going to fit into a little box and go, well, I personally thought this episode was great, but for the purposes of being consistent on YouTube, I'll shit all over it. I'm not going to do that. I love Doctor Who. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've said a lot of shit about Doctor Who over the last couple of years. Doesn't stop me from being a fan. I could likewise say the same thing about BattleBots. I could say the same thing about Robot Wars. Same thing about Ghostbusters. Same thing about Back to the Future. It doesn't matter. If you're a fan of something, it doesn't mean that you have to love it. And you have to love every single component of it. There's things that you may not like. There's things that you can rebel against. There's things that you can go online and say, look, this was terrible. I didn't like this at all. It's when the extremists come along and they go, this was shit, or how dare you, this was awesome, or how dare you like this, how dare you hate this, how dare you have an opinion as a person. You're wrong. Your opinion that you have formed in your own mind is wrong. Fuck you, go die. You know, and it's not about that. It's about having a debate. It's about going, I didn't like this. Why did you not like this? Well, this is why. Oh, I never thought of it that way. Or, no, because you see, I interpreted it this way. There's a million and one ways someone can watch a piece of entertainment. And we've reached a stage now where it sort of has to be all or nothing. And I refuse that because it's just not who I am. It's not real. It's not true to me. And it's not true to my opinions. If I like something, like you could pick an incredibly shit episode, I'd still go, but I like this. Or I can see where they were going with that. I'm not going to sit there and go, this was bad, this was shit, this was terrible, fuck you, 0 out of 10, bye. Because there's no point in that. Yeah. There's no point in, like, we've had over the last couple of years a wave of what I like to refer to as false feminism. And what I mean by that is I'm a big supporter of feminism. I love women. I don't have a choice there. I was raised by 3 of them. My mum and my 2 grannies, all of them now, rest in peace. But I was raised to be respectful, as you were saying earlier, like a gentleman. Treat everyone like a gentleman. And that's how I approach my life. I may say horrible, fucked up things on the internet to get a laugh out of people, but I don't mean them. And I don't actively go out of my way to hurt people. And I've fucked up because I'm human. I'm fallible. Like I've made mistakes. I've said things, and I've hurt people without even intending to do it. I've done it twice already this year. Like there's a lovely person that I talk to from Australia a lot of the time, and I said something at the end of one of our videos as a throwaway thing, just something stupid, and it upset her. And I messaged her and I said, well, this is why I said it, and so and so, and I'm very sorry that what I said to try and make people laugh ended up hurting you. And same thing applies to the guy who thought that I was having to go at his channel a couple of weeks back there as well. You know, it's just one of those things. Like, I don't go out to deliberately hurt or annoy people because there's no point in that. There's enough negativity in the world as there is. And with people like ourselves especially, we know how harsh the world can be. We've had friends betray us. We've had family members pass. We've been bullied. We've been picked on just for being ourselves and trying to live our best life. And the last thing I ever want to do is promote more of that. I want to be the antidote to that. I don't want to be the venom. I want to be the one that goes, look, it doesn't matter. Like, if you don't like my opinion, that's fine. Like, but let's sit and talk about it. I want to put smiles on people's faces. I want to show people that, you know, there's still fun to be had. You don't have to hate everything. You don't have to like everything. And it doesn't have to be so serious all the time. It doesn't have to be this, oh, yes, because Doctor Who, because they said this in the brain of Mobius, and therefore that contradicts this, and blah, blah, blah. You know, it doesn't have to be like that. It can be a, what the fuck was that? Like, seriously. Like, one of my favourite reviews to do was the Orphan 55 review, because I deliberately pushed myself overboard. I went, what the fuck was that? You know, just, I saw myself like a boxer that was a bit punch drunk. He was seeing the stars, you know. And I treated it as though Doctor Who had beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
So I was sitting, what the fuck was that? What? The bit where they said this, what the fuck was that? Like, what did that mean? What was this fucking episode? You know, I'm not sitting there going, no, this didn't make sense, and that didn't work, and I didn't like this, and it was bad, and it was terrible, and I don't like it. You know, and it just sort of goes on like that. There's no point. Like, say if a Doctor Who episode comes on that's shit, you bet your ass I'm going to be working just that little bit harder to make the review more entertaining. Just so some people get something out of it. Like, if people like the episode, that's fine. If people didn't like the episode, they can come along, watch our review, and I'll be talking about how Pat Sharp used to host Funhouse, or Baz Luhrmann was the director of Moulin Rouge. You know, that, like, it's just madness. It's stupid, silly madness, and it's never to be taken seriously. Yes, these are our genuine opinions. These are our genuine thoughts. We're not sugarcoating them. We're just saying this is exactly what they are. But we're doing it in a way that's slightly just a little bit over the top and a little bit crazy and mad and stuff like that. But it's never done to be taken seriously. It's done in a, oh my god, those guys had a good point. Holy shit, he just made a joke about an old man wanting Kinder Buenos. Or jam-eating wall spiders, which I know one of our subscribers particularly loves. Or anything like that. The Dalek on the Rock. It's just, it's there just to make people laugh because it's so stupid. It's daft. It's surrealism at its best. And sci-fi, in my opinion, is ripe for that. Like with Doctor Who, you can make so many things funny. That's why Futurama worked so well as a show. Because it took these old sci-fi tropes and took the piss out of them. It still had a great story. It was still a great show. But it took the piss. It wasn't afraid to go, this is silly, this is wacky, and this is fun. Let's have fun with it. Yeah, and you can do that. You can do that with anything that you make, especially a YouTube video. Why make videos that are all about hatred and misery and all about sexism and all about this, that, and the other? Whenever you can just go, that is something that I want to take and set aside because I have no opinion on that. I can't form an opinion on that. I'm not going to sit and watch Doctor Who and go, oh, but the Doctor's a woman now. Like, this episode was great, except the Doctor had a vagina and a pair of tits, so I don't like it, and it's a 0 out of 10. There's no point. Judge it exactly as it is. Don't watch that episode and go, my god, this is fucking fantastic, this is amazing, all because the Doctor now happens to be a woman. Same thing, like they cast a black actor to be the Doctor, like a full main-time Doctor, or an Asian person, or a transgender person, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, is it good? Did it entertain you? Did you enjoy it? Forget your politics, forget your agendas. Did you like it? Like, same thing applies for Ghostbusters. In 2016, a Ghostbusters movie came out that spat in the face of the fans. It had nothing to do with the fact that the cast were all women. It was the fact that the comedy wasn't right for the franchise. The film looked sickly sweet, like the saturation was just turned way up. The storyline didn't make any sense, and it was just an absolute cluster shambles. It was awful. I didn't enjoy it at all. And there were people making videos on this going, oh, everyone's a sexist because they're not going to see Ghostbusters, and I'm going to see Ghostbusters because I'm not a sexist. And ultimately, a lot of people now, if you ask them about it, they go, no, I never saw it. Or if they have seen it, they go, it's alright. You know, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the hubbub that it caused. It wasn't worth the infighting and people being called sexist and what have you. Like, I mean, look at the new movie. I know it's been delayed until 2021 now, but, like, the main premise of that is a little girl with a proton pack.
Yeah.
Do you see fans losing their shit going, well, you will with every franchise, but that's to be expected, but to that level, to the 2016 movie level, do you see fans going, this is shit. This is just fucking kids. This is like the Goonies meet Stranger Things with proton packs. Yeah, I hate this. Why is the Ecto 1 old? Why are there no more Ghostbusters? Why is it not in New York? You know, you don't get that as much because from everything that's been released in this movie so far, it's being taken care of. It's being treated with reverence and respect.
Yeah.
And it's honouring the legacy of what came before it. Because you can't just take all the credit for where you are today as a person, because you didn't get there by yourself. Your parents conceived you. Your mother gave birth to you. The two of them, if you're lucky enough, raised you together. Or your mum did, or your dad did.
Mm-hmm.
You met school teachers, you met counsellors, you met family, extended family and friends. Perhaps you had brothers and sisters, perhaps you had stepbrothers and sisters. It genuinely doesn't matter. The point is, you didn't get to where you are today on your own. You just didn't pop into existence. And you have to honour that legacy. You have to honour where you came from. You have to understand where you came from to get a better sense of where you're going to. Like, what your next move is, what your next generation is. That applies to movies as well, that applies to franchises. So whenever the 2016 Ghostbusters movie came along, it said, we're our own thing. We're here, we're completely new, we're our own thing, and we invented ourselves. And it's like, it's not. You're standing on two movies that became cult classics back in the 80s. And your way of honouring them is saying, no, we came along and we built the proton packs ourselves, and this is our Ecto 1, and we're basically paving over Babylon here to create our own megacity. And that's what a lot of people took offence to. Whereas with this new movie, it's going 30 years ago, indeed there were 4 friends who saved the world. And they did it twice. And now the world needs saved again. This is the new generation coming in, learning from the old generation, taking inspiration from them, taking their tools, taking their vehicle, taking their legacy into their own hands and moving forward with it. And that's a beautiful message. It's something I think that needs to be taught a lot more than men are terrible and women are awesome, which I don't agree with. I agree with egalitarianism. I agree that every single, per human being, per soul that shares this planet, nearly 8 billion of us, if there's not 8 billion already, maybe more, on this planet, we don't deserve any different. We all deserve to be treated equally. We all deserve a place at the table. There's no one above you. There is no one below you. You came from the same place. You're going to return to the same place one day. So there should be no such thing as multi-millionaires that live up above you. There should be no such thing as poor people living on the streets with nothing to call their own.
Yeah.
Like, and on top of that, like, what really, really saddens me is they've started to use franchises now as weapons. They've used Star Wars, and they've used Star Trek as a weapon. They used Ghostbusters as a weapon. They used Captain Marvel as a weapon. And it shouldn't be about that. It shouldn't be political. It should literally be, this is a piece of entertainment, and it should be judged as such. Like, whenever I reviewed Ghostbusters 2016, I had people saying, oh, you're a soy boy beta cuck, you're this, you're that, you're the other. Same thing whenever Jodie Whittaker came along in Doctor Who. We did the review of the new Screwdriver. I hate it. I hate it so much. I think it's a horrible looking design. Whenever you have things that are beautiful as this, like, that's gorgeous. I just think for me, that's the pinnacle of a sonic screwdriver. And the best thing is, I know you disagree with me because you love the 10th Doctor's one.
Oh, yeah.
That does matter. It's just our opinion of it. My opinion of the 13th Doctor's screwdriver, not of the 13th Doctor herself or anything like that, was, this looks awful. We made that review. We put that review online. And even on Reddit, there were people going, I fucking hate Votesaxon07. Sure, he's not even giving this new Doctor a chance. He's already said a screwdriver shit. How is that being a sexist? How is that going, I don't like Jodie Whittaker because the women's. You know, it's not about that. It's about going, aesthetically, this prop looks displeasing to me. I don't care if it's made with spoons and bits of alien technology. It looks horrendous. It's terrible looking. That's my point. But yet, people take that as your be-all and end-all. oh, Votesaxon07 is a sexist, he's a racist, he doesn't like this, he doesn't like that, he's a dick, you know. And it's just me going, I don't like the look of that. I don't agree with it at all. I think it looks terrible. So it's a hard old thing trying to deal with being on YouTube and being a YouTuber whenever you have shit like that to put up with.
One collaborator you've been with collaborated for quite some time is Following the Nerd with Mark Savage, and you've done a lot of different things with Mark. And the one thing I do love is your interviews that you got a chance to meet celebrities and stars. And what was your top 3 favorite interviews of all time, going with Following the Nerd and doing interviews with celebrities and stars?
Goodness me. First one I go to is Femi Taylor. Femi Taylor played the one of Jabba's slave girls. I think she was called Ula. She was Twi'lek.
Twi'lek, that's it, yeah.
That was my first proper interview. This was in Germany for Celebration Europe 2. The thing is, I had this really fun idea at the start where I wanted to go, green-skinned women. There've been a lot of them through the years, from the Wicked Witch of the West all the way through to Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy. And then I fucked it up and started talking about shoes or something for some reason. But fortunately enough, she was open about it, and she knew I wasn't being serious or anything like that, and she laughed and everything like that. It was a good time, and I bumped into her twice more. I bumped into her in Dublin, and then I bumped into her in Belfast as well. So, and I have her as a friend on Facebook. They say don't meet your heroes. Another interview that sticks out to me is Nicholas Brendan, who played Xander Harris on Buffy, who I modelled myself on as a kid. Just this sarcastic, quippy guy who could make a pop culture reference at anything, and everyone else would look at him and go, what the fuck? Because this was real life. This wasn't a fucking sarcastic television show about vampire killings and fucking shit like that. So I got to meet him, and he was a lovely guy, and I got to talk to him about my mum passing away, and he was talking about some shit that happened to him in his own personal life. This was off camera. This wasn't even part of the interview. This was just sitting with him and his girlfriend at the time and chatting away about life shit. This is Xander Harris from fucking Buffy. This is one of my childhood idols that I grew up loving. But it never sort of goes down the way you want it to go down, where you have a natural flowing conversation. It's always a question, answer, question, answer. Paul McGann is the rare exception. Paul McGann is the one guy where it just felt like you were having a chat with your mate. He was so lovely. He was so laid back. I could have asked him about With Neil and I. I could have asked him about that fucking hotel show that he was in with Peter Capaldi and Bradley Walsh. But I didn't. I just sat and had a natural conversation with the man. Asked him about Doctor Who the movie. Asked him about coming back from Night of the Doctor. He was talking about the casting of a female Doctor at some point. And we just had this lovely, lovely conversation. I didn't want it to end. I genuinely didn't. It's literally my favourite memory out of all the people I've interviewed. I mean, I've interviewed the little girl from Jurassic Park, Ariana Richards, who has incredible artwork. She actually has a gallery online. I think it's called Ariana's Art or something like that. She is a wonderful, talented artist. I wanted to talk to her about that instead of coming up and going, you were the kid in Jurassic Park that kept screaming like a bell end. You know, I got to talk to her about her likes and her interests and stuff, and I got to know a little bit more about her then. And it's been true through everything. Me and Mark had an interview with several times now. We've talked to the people who are responsible for the Ghostbusters IDW comic book series, which is a fantastic continuation of the Ghostbusters universe, and it brings in aspects from other things. It brings in the Lady Ghostbusters from the 2016 movie and actually does them justice. It gives them personality and character. It makes reference to Extreme Ghostbusters. It has a few Extreme Ghostbusters characters show up in it. The guy that does the artwork for it drew me and Mark as Ghostbusters, and Mark gave that to me as a Christmas present one year, and I just thought it was the most loveliest thing that I get to be a part of this, and I get to talk to these people. I get to find out what makes them tick, and I get to treat them as just people. I don't treat them as, you're a celebrity, dance monkey, dance. You know, I don't treat them like they're the characters that they portray, or judge them for the art that they've made. I just talk to them like I would talk to anyone down the pub. You know, so it's lovely whenever someone realizes that's what you're doing and they play ball back and they get to relax and go, oh, he's not a dickhead. He's not going to sit here and go, hey, you were Gwen Cooper in Torchwood. What do you think Gwen would be up to now? You know, like you get to sit back and actually talk to that actor as a person, which is you know what they are, and it's lovely that I've had the opportunity to do that. And again, it's all thanks to being on YouTube. If I didn't make the YouTube channel, if I didn't review different things, because I could easily have just stuck to doing Doctor Who. It was a Transformers review where Mark noticed me and said, do you want to come be a part of our website? It was Robot Wars that brought you to my channel.
Yeah.
You know? It's lovely to have those different interests and different franchises that I love. And I didn't restrict myself to one thing, because if I did, you probably wouldn't be here. Mark probably wouldn't be involved as well. Yeah,
that's good. There, the next question is actually to do with YouTube. So you've been on for 10 years. You've met with many different YouTubers. You've collabed with different YouTubers. Throughout that time, what was the top 3 best collaborations you've done? But what YouTube channels did you actually love collaborating with? That if you loved it, if you can sit there and go, that they were my favorite. They were my favorite to collaborate. That whether it was a one-off or you've done it multiple times, or like the ones that you go, like these are the ones that best memories in your head. These are the best ones that I collaborate.
Okay, one that springs to mind is Will Grantham from Channel Pop, who has done amazingly, by the way. Like, his channel is blowing up like crazy. The man deserves it, because he's been through enough shit in his life. You know, like, you need something good. And it's lovely to see that finally paying off for him. I met him under very weird circumstances, where I'd got the Blu-rays of all the Doctor Who series and I was going through them, and I was reviewing certain episodes on my Facebook page, and I got to Love and Monsters, and he's the kid that won the Blue Peter competition to design the Absorbaloff, like design a monster. He came up with the Absorbaloff, and I was talking about how it's kind of trashy. It's not really that great an episode. You can see the spoiler review of it to find out what I thought about it. But I put something similar up on the Facebook page, and next thing I know, this guy's commenting, going, "Here, fuck you! Like, what the fuck?" You know, and I'm kind of firing back at him, going, "Oh, you're the little dickhead that created the Absorbaloff. Fuck you too!" And like, not like that. But that's me. You know, creating hyperbole just for comedic purposes. But we kind of got into a little bit of a tiff, and then eventually I went, look, I didn't post this to have a go at you. I posted this because I just recently rewatched the episode, and and he went, oh shit, right, okay, because I get attacked for this all the time. And I went, look, it's fine, I get it. And we ended up becoming friends. We met each other at a Comic-Con. He was dressed as Spider-Man. We sort of realized that we actually kind of got along. Yeah. And shit happened to him in his personal life that I'm not going to talk about, just out of respect for him. Shit had happened in my personal life, and I started talking to him when he went through some of the similar things that I went through, and I made him kind of realize that the way he was reacting to it was okay, that there's no pre-programmed way to deal with this or to go with this. It's literally just natural. Let it happen. Whatever happens, happens. And he went, oh my God, like you're the type of guy that even though you're still suffering through this, you're helping me. But the thing is, by helping him, I'm helping myself, because I'm trying to come to terms with it. Because it's a big, big thing. And through talking to him and someone that had gone through a similar experience, I was kind of like, shit, this is actually giving me my own catharsis. So it was lovely in that way to do it. And like, whenever we did the Love and Monsters review on YouTube as part of the Spoiler Freak review last year, I made sure he was involved. I made sure he got to tell his story. Like, even though he told it over on his own channel, I wanted that as part of the review. And it was lovely for him to sit down, and he recorded an entire video. It was so good, I went, actually, fuck it, I may upload this as a separate video. And I did, just so he got the chance to sit and talk and tell his side of the story to people that maybe weren't subscribed to him or didn't really know what the story was in the first place. I just thought it was nice to give him another platform, because I'm not going to say I gave him a platform. He already has his YouTube channel, and no one can take that away from him. I can't take that away from him. That's his. But it gives him a bonus place on this cesspool of an internet website where he can stand on a soapbox for a few minutes and go, here's my story. Listen to it and accept it. Don't listen to it. Don't accept it. It doesn't matter. This is just me talking. So I loved being able to do that. I love the Jim Dramatic podcast because he's Robot Wars. It feels like going around your mate's house because he doesn't like, and I think he made either deliberately or not deliberately do this, but he doesn't feel like he's a host. He doesn't feel like he's a presenter. Like, I love all the other Robot Wars and BattleBot style podcasts. They're all fantastic, but they're all done with some degree of professionalism. Yeah. Even ours, even the drop zone's done with a degree of professionalism. Whereas with Jim Dramatic, he gets you on Skype, he hits record and goes, right, well, what do we think about this episode? And we just sit and talk, and we can talk bollocks. He doesn't care. He laughs with us. He argues with us. He agrees with us. He disagrees with us. And it just feels like sitting and having a chat and just chilling out. And that's what I love the most. So I love being on Jim's podcast.
Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome to a new segment of the Jim Dramatic podcast, Robo Erotica.
Oh,
Tonight's
God.
Let's read this. Let's go with this voice.
James wrapped his tongue around the shaft in his mouth.
I'm sorry, hold on. Right, hold on. Jesus, I'm not drinking any juice. I've realized Stephen is talking. I am not.
Carry on. Like, ignore the crowd.
Oh, God. Fuck, monad breed.
And with that, I have lost my demonetization.
I'm surprised you haven't lost your whole channel.
Likewise, the same thing with Owain on Tentagester. Again, same fucking thing, where he just treats it as a bunch of mates sitting talking.
Yeah, I what do you call it? I got poisoned, I got shot, I'll get hot now.
I broke my neck whilst trying to suck my own dick.
That really appeals to me more than someone going, yes, so now we're going to talk about this, now we're going to talk about that, and now we're on to this section, and now we're going to talk about that section. It's just basically, okay, this fight, what the fuck? Or this fight, holy shit, you know? And again, other ones that I've been involved with as well are all the same, and I always feel myself so lucky to be invited on to those. Another big one was Alex the Hunted, talking about Godzilla. I'd never really given Godzilla a proper go before, and when he came over, he showed us the very first ever Godzilla movie, which was fucking harrowing, and then he showed us this batshit mental Godzilla with like Godzilla just basically beating the shit out of all these other monsters for the entire movie, while these aliens did martial arts and backflipped and beat the shit out of each other with motorbikes and stuff.
Oh, that was funny.
It was mad, it was class. And then the coup de grace was the moment where I finally got to lose my shit about that 2014 Godzilla movie. Because I can't talk about Godzilla on this channel. No one fucking listen, no one would care. But it was the fact that I was on his channel, and his channel's primarily Godzilla, much like my channel's primarily Doctor Who. So to finally have that platform to sit and go, what the fuck even was this piece of shit? What the fuck? You know, and to have him there laughing his balls off, to have you there laughing your ass off as well, to have the comment section go, fuck me. Like, I thought the 2014 Godzilla was bad, but this guy's losing his shit.
He gets in the 2014 movie. It's like, do you like me feeling the inside of your inner thigh there? Oh, that's great. Would you like a hand job? Would you like me to touch your dick? Bang, slap in the face, get fucked. I'll see you next Thursday. Fuck him!
So I guess you don't like the 2014 version.
I'm not a fan, no.
Yeah, no.
Obviously, the big one is yourself.
Well, I'm not a channel.
Yeah, well, doing collabs with you, be it doing spoilerific reviews and Drop Zone, or whatever the fuck it is we end up getting up to on my channel, but also Antweight Anarchy. I fucking love Ant-Man Anarchy because it's not mine. It's something that we worked on to build together, but it's yours, it's on your channel. And it just takes the pressure off so much because I can edit something and go, is this okay? You know, like, I have someone who I have to answer to. I don't have, like with my channel where it's like, I have free reign. I can edit whatever the fuck I like. I can leave whatever the hell I want in my videos. I can take whatever the hell I want out of my videos. It's fine. With you and Ant-Man Anarchy, I have to go, is this alright? Do you want me to add this? Do you want me to take this out? You know, and it's so lovely in that capacity. And it's something completely, radically different to anything I've ever done before in my life in terms of YouTube, in terms of media, which is editing fights and cutting to different angles and doing the zooms and doing the light and the commentary and everything and the slow motion replays and everything. I love that. I live for that shit, and it's so lovely that I get to do that.
The one thing I'm pretty proud of going on to Ant-Man Anarchy is that like it bled back into your channel making all like really class shots and your toy reviews, but the biggest thing that I love the fact of it, and I'm very proud of my silly little my silly little idea to turn this into a fun little show, turned it into your job of doing commentary. Like got, after that, it bled into Bugglebots, and then it bled into FMB, and then now you're getting now other places wanting you to be a judge, or like the Dublin event, like Deator wanting you to do commentary, like of fights and stuff. Like, so I sit back looking at that, going like, I'm glad that like something that I created helped you out as much as something that you helped me create. It's helped me come onto your channel and do things like, and I love that. In fairness, yes, that is the best ultimate collaboration, and it's still continuing because like a lot of people, and I know for a fact YouTubers and fans of like anything, doesn't matter if you're not a YouTuber, fans will fight with each other and fall out and not be friends with. I used to like this guy because he liked Doctor Who, but I don't like him anymore because we fell out over it. Or it's the same thing with YouTubers. The thing about it with us two is that it's ever changing. It's never stuck to one thing, and it's just two mates having a laugh. And yes, we are very privileged to be on this platform to do YouTube. We get to do we get to live our best lives. We get to mess around and this hobby is turned into a great job. And yeah, I love that. I love the fact it turned into a like your commentary thing has just hit the ground. Like it's amazing that you've went to Bugglebots, FMB, and it still continues getting better and better. Like, you know, that's what I really like about it. But
yeah, it's madness. I mean, like, all I'm doing is what I was doing whenever I was on my bedroom floor as a 13-year-old, masturbating furiously into a windsock. But
you do.
But in all seriousness, though, whenever I was a kid and playing with my cardboard models, that's what I was hearing inside my head. Oh my god, look at that, he's got him over toward the flipper. Oh, and he's flipped him! He's upside down now. Can he bring that Self-Rider into play and get himself back onto its wheels? Oh no, too slow. In comes the opponent, and it's another hit. Oh, he's out of the arena! You know, that is what I was doing on my bedroom floor. To the point where my parents had me fucking tested. You know, like what the fuck is he doing? Playing with these cardboard models and shouting like a maniac. Look, Ma, I have a career. You know? And that was all down to just copying what Jonathan Pierce would say. Like, and it's still now, if I'm doing Ant-Man Anarchy, if I'm doing Bugglebots, if I'm doing the live events, anything like that, that's just all I hear in my head. What would Jonathan Pierce say? The commentator for Robot Wars. Like, what would he say to this? What would his reaction be? Because I like it being big and bombastic like that. And that's just all where it spawned from. Like, I love that we have Ant-Man Anarchy, that we have our own little fighting robot show. I love that it's something that can continue on the legacy of Robot Wars that's been cut short twice now for absolute shame and disgrace. And we get to monopolize on that, and we get to go, okay, well, we've lost Robot Wars, but we have Bugglebots, and we have Ant-Man Anarchy, and we have all the other shows. We have Grand Slam, like, you name it. There are people out there that are making their own robot fighting shows. And the one thing that I always wanted to avoid was just filming what I would have done when I was 12. Just filming hands holding toys and models and smashing them up, because it's not real. Ant-Weight Anarchy's real. Like, yeah, it's done for fun. We're not taking it serious. It's not like a proper, oh my god, like 99 teams have entered in. It's just us being dickheads and fucking about. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you can take that, you can turn that into something that's dramatic and something that's fun and entertaining and put that out and people will watch it and like it. And it oversteps the things. Like, I'll tell you a story now. 10 years ago, 2010, I was sitting in the Students' Union in Queen's, Belfast. It's not even there anymore. They tore it down recently. I remember sitting in there, just at the front, you know where the glass bit used to be? Just where the cafe was. I was sitting there waiting on people, and I had this vision in my head. And it was a vision of a stop-motion version of Robot Wars, where I used my cardboard models, and in this beautiful Wallace and Gromit style, not slow motion, stop motion, this beautiful Wallace and Gromit style stop motion, this fluid animation of Storm 2 taking a robot and ramming it the entire length of the arena and bashing it against the top wall. And I went, I don't have the time, I don't have the patience, I don't have the energy to do stop motion. So that idea is abandoned. I can't do it holding on to them and fucking them up because it's not real. I can't do stop motion because it's not real. So that's an idea I'll have to give up. When we did the first episode of Ant-Weight Anarchy, which was Smidsy, Rusty, and Deator, there's a bit where I think Rusty takes Smidsy or Smidsy takes Rusty. I can't remember which way around it goes. I used it in the opening titles anyway, where they start off at the bottom of the arena and one rams the other right into the top wall and the camera follows them. And the second I saw that, I kind of teared up in a little way because I went, that's the vision I had in my head 8 years ago. Because Ant-Weight Anarchy was 2018. That's the vision I had in my head 8 years ago of Storm 2 taking another robot and ramming it into the top wall. We just did that. It wasn't Storm 2 and that other robot, it was Rusty and Smidsy. Yeah. We mimicked the shot exactly. We didn't even know, because I didn't tell you about this. No. It was just what happened in that fight. That was a moment out of that fight. And I went, holy shit, I'm doing it. I'm actually doing it. This is what I dreamed of for 8 solid years and could never do. And it took meeting yourself in order to make that come true. It took me building... I'll admit, it was a shit arena for Series 1. It's slightly better now for Series 2. If we get the chance to update it again for a potential third series, it'll be even better. But, you know, you start somewhere. And, you know, like, I built that arena. I cleared that space out in the garage in order to build it. I added it. You sit in that very room, building Ant-Weight after Ant-Weight, going through all the trials and tribulations of that, going, this one fucking exploded. Why? This one shot its fucking weapon off and cut me. This one just won't fucking work, and I'm gonna fuck it out the window if it doesn't fucking work, because I don't understand why it doesn't work. You have done that with hundreds of these fucking things, and there's no one else that's done that. So if it weren't for you and your ingenuity and your ability to build these micro fighting machines, if it wasn't for the likes of JP and Rob and Alexander going off and 3D printing all these awesome shells for us, if it wasn't for all the Roboteers working their asses off, and on top of that, messaging back to you going, here's how you wire it up, here's how a speed controller works, here's how a LiPo works, you know, you wouldn't be able to do that. Likewise with me, if I didn't love technology so much, I wouldn't have been able to build that arena. If I didn't love being creative and making things, that arena wouldn't exist. If I didn't have that love for editing and wanting to entertain, you know, we wouldn't be able to edit Ant-Weight Anarchy. If I didn't have that showmanship to be a commentator and to hype things up and lose my shit and things like that, you know, like all of it doesn't happen with one of us. Like with me, I couldn't go off and make Ant-Weight Anarchy. With you, you couldn't go off and make Ant-Weight Anarchy. You could make Ant-Weight Battle Anarchy. You could make your own fun fights and stuff like that. But it's because the two of us came together using all of our positives and none of our negatives. We focused on what we could do, not what we couldn't do. And if more people did that, you would be in for an absolute treat with the videos that you would see, both on the internet and even with bigger things like actual TV shows and movies and what have you. And I just genuinely think that's lovely. And it's just the fact that we met because we were like, I like Robot Wars, I like Doctor Who, what about you? Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah,
so it's like, it's almost like 4 years on from that first podcast that you and I did on your channel to now to this video podcast for the 10th anniversary of Votesaxon. Like, it just shows that when people focus on what they can do as opposed to what they can't do, you get so much more shit done.
Oh yeah, 100%, and I definitely agree with that. Like it's opened many gateways for me, and I know for a fact it's opened many gateways for you. And it's basically be positive. If you're always going to be negative, you're always going to be stuck in one corner. You're never going to be like noticed, or even people will genuinely just avoid you because they go, that person's just negative. But if you're a positive person and you really do genuinely do love what you do, you'll get more people coming to you going like, I want to be a part of that. I want to stand and watch a bit of your Starlight, you know, like that type of thing. It's the same. It's exactly the same thing with me when I seen your videos before I became a YouTuber. I was like, I want to enjoy that. I get this guy. He wants to entertain. I want to entertain too, and I did that too. Like as I said, like two big inspirations for me to start my channel was Markiplier and yourself. Like, and still shocked the fact is like I'm sitting having a laugh with you on and off camera. You know, it's not like the camera turns off, right? Shake your hand, thank you very much, off you go. It is a proper friendship. Everything it's exactly what you said. Votesaxon07 is a bundle mess of fun, and enjoy it and have a laugh, and whatever it is, maybe whether it's a review, toy review, whatever it is, you know it's going to be fun when you see that video, when you see the bell icon, you see a little notification that Votesaxon's uploaded a video, you know it's going to be mental. You're not in for just a normal, like, here's something normal. It's going to be, here's something normal, but here's a thing going to fall out and go crazy. And that's something I love. I even love the fact that the people we've met over the years, doing stuff together, like fans come up on you, like shocks me that people come up go to me and say like, you inspired me to build my ant weight, and here it is, here Obo Nerd, or can I have your autograph for Push to Exit, or like your videos inspired me to do my channel or do something silly. It's like, yeah, like that's like, I love that. I love the fact that being with your channel, it's opened up so many things for me. Like so many things.
The main thing that you never forget through all of that is, yeah, we have had a lot of opportunities. We've had a lot of stuff brought our way, or been given access to things that normal people wouldn't.
Yeah.
And if there's one thing that I'll always be grateful for, is the people who supported us and stayed with us and watched our videos and gave us a chance when there's so many other people out there, there's so many other forms of entertainment. I think for a little dickhead who was born and raised in Northern Ireland, who was picked on at school, who wasn't very popular, who was weird because he liked drawing comic books and he liked building little models, and he really got into his technology and his science and his English. To go from that to even the heights of the old channel, the 48,000 subscribers, nearly 50,000, to do it again and to get to 27,500 people, I'll never not be grateful for that. I will never in my life look at my subscriber count now and go, but it's not the 48,000 I used to have. I'll look at that and go, that is 27.5 thousand people, who of everything went, I like this guy. Yeah. Same thing with your channel. Like, you have what, 3,000?
Nearly 3,000, yeah.
Nearly 3,000 people.
That's an accomplishment on its own, you know.
Yeah, like, and you're cut from the same cloth as me. Ostracized as a kid for not liking sports, for being a nerd, and getting picked on because he liked his comics and he liked his lore and he liked his Star Wars and whatever. You know, and it's so easy for people to forget that because there's a lot of people in the new generation that have grown up, thankfully, in a world where nerdy shit is cool and being a nerd is cool and being a hipster's a thing and being a nerd is respected almost and admired, and the people that were beating the shit out of you when you were a kid, you see them walking out of the cinema watching the latest Marvel movie, chatting away going like, I can't believe Thanos got the Infinity Stone. That Infinity Stone was last seen in Guardians of the Galaxy, you know. And you're sitting looking at them going, you beat the shit out of me for that. What the fuck? And now you're sitting liking it. You know, and it's lovely in its way to find that acceptance. To go from being that person that was on the outside looking in to be the person that's on the inside looking out. There's 27,500 people that watch us or don't watch us or whatever, or subscribe for one specific thing. I don't care. It doesn't matter. None of this would have happened. I wouldn't be sitting here today talking to you, making this video, if it wasn't for people going, I like you. I like the videos that you make and I want to see more. And I'm going to encourage you to make more. So for the amount of people that come up to us and go, oh my God, I love you guys. Like you inspired me to do this. You inspired me to do that. We can say the exact same thing back to you. Thank you so much for accepting us, for accepting the weird shit that we like. And it may not be weird to you. It may not be weird to the world today, but in the world that we were born and raised in, it was.
Yeah.
And it's lovely that this little niche thing, like even things like Robot Wars, the people to this day still go, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like, there's enough people out there that like it, and when they had nothing, when they came home from school after a rough day of being bullied and being a social outcast or whatever, whenever they came home, they would stick on Robot Wars and they would watch the fights over and over again, and they would know every robot that competed in every series and every team member and every weapon and every incarnation of every robot. Like, there's people that we know and people that we have in our lives now because they did the same thing that we did.
Yeah.
They used Robot Wars as their escape. And now we get to turn that around. We get to give that back because it was never ours. We had it for a little while to keep us going. It was our little safety blanket, our little safety net. But now that Robot Wars isn't there anymore, we can give that back. We can make Outmade Anarchy. And for all we know, there's kids out there right now who have it rough. And maybe their parents aren't too great to them. Maybe their teachers aren't too great to them. Maybe people have failed them. And that's so sad and so horrible to even think of. But it's true and it happens. And if there's even just one kid out there, or it doesn't have to be a kid, it could be a teenager, it could be an adult, it could be an old person, that sits down and goes, it's time for a new episode of Outmade Anarchy. Holy shit, this is class. That's us giving it back. It's paying it forward. And that's what it has to be. So I'll never, ever take it for granted. I'll never, ever have someone come up to me and go, I love your videos. I will never look at them and go, fuck off. Or, I'm out with friends, leave me alone. Or, mate, I'm just trying to enjoy the convention, piss off. I'm never going to be like that. I'll tell you the truth now. When I started YouTube, I had that shitty cardboard background and I had that crap camera quality and I couldn't edit for toffee and I recorded everything live. I started doing the Robot Wars pullbacks. And I got toward the end of it and a lot of people had kind of built up a bit of traction. There was a lot of people going, holy fuck, I remember these, holy shit. There was one guy that said, oh my god, Robot Wars, yeah, I have the old tapes of Robot Wars. That's where BBC Robot Wars UK started, where he went, I'm going to upload those onto YouTube for people to watch. No one had done that before. There was clips online, but there weren't full episodes like there are now. That came from me having a conversation with people and going, look, this is a thing that I used to like when I was a kid. And to further that point, there was one guy, his username was Indiana Joel 93. I mentioned that I never got a Firestorm when I was a kid. Yeah. And this was 2010. I was fucked. I just lost my job because my eyesight was falling to bits and nothing could be done, and no one would hire a blind guy. So naturally, I was very depressed. So I didn't have a lot of money, and I just started looking after my mum and dad because they'd gotten very, very sick.
Mm-hmm.
So there's me, not a penny to my name, and this guy goes, I have a Firestorm, do you want it? I went, are you fucking serious? And this is back when YouTube had a messenger section.
Yeah.
So he sent me a private message and he went, here, give me your address, I'll send it to you. And I was a little distrusting, but I went, do you know what? Fuck it. If the worst comes to the worst, just contact the police, you know, because if he's sending like fucking hate mail or shit like that. But, you know, I was, you know, fairly new to YouTube and I didn't have a lot of subscribers. I had like 50, 60 subscribers, something like that. And I went, there's no one that would fuck with a guy that has 60 subscribers this badly. So I gave him my address. A couple of days later, Firestorm shows up. I still have that Firestorm to this day. Like, I did a video where I restored it because a lot of the paint was gone, the flipper didn't work properly. I made a shitty little video. It was one of my first ever modification madnesses where I painted Firestorm and fixed the flipper. I still have that today. It's still out as part of my Robot Wars collection. It takes pride of place because that's the first thing anyone, a subscriber, a fan, anyone ever sent to me for making videos. And I will honor that, and I will cherish that, and I will appreciate that for all my days. Like, if all this goes to shit, if a day ever comes where a man comes to the door and goes, you owe this and that and the other, and this is all being taken away from you, you can bet your boots I will fight to my last dollar. I mean, this, for example, the Sonic Screwdriver Prop Replica, the thing that I'd been yearning to get for years, that's the big one. But I would let this go over that Firestorm. I genuinely would, because it has more meaning to me. Because some random person out there on this planet watched my video and watched more of my videos and got enough of a kick out of it to go, here, I have this, I don't need it, it's something you've always wanted, take it. And I just went, that is so fucking lovely, and I will never forget that. It's been 10 years. It's like literally like today, as of this video going up, that's 10 years since that Sonic Screwdriver review. In a couple of weeks' time, it will have been 10 years exactly since Indiana Joel 93 sent me that Firestorm. And that is the thing that means the most to me more than anything else. And I'd never forget that. I haven't forgotten his username, and I haven't forgot that Firestorm.
Yeah, no, that's a really nice thing, like to have something. Like, I used to have, like, you can't see it in the video or the thing, but like, I got my first bit of artwork from a fan of the YouTube channel, still up on my wall today. And it's always a nice wee thing to reflect back and look at that and go, that was a fan that give me something. They didn't have to, but it's a way of keeping me going as well. But
see,
yeah,
here's one thing too, right? And this is a big downside because it happened during a point in my life where things were kind of going to shit. My original Votesaxon07 logo was a pixely X. And people kept looking at it going, that looks like shit, it looks like shit, you need to update that, you need to update that. But I liked it because it looked retro. It looked like this old, big, blown out X symbol in a box. And someone came along and sent me, you know that big, silver, sexy Votesaxon X that you see now?
Yes.
That was made at random by a fan. And they sent it to me on the Facebook page and went, please start using this. Like, I designed this just for you. And you click into it and it's gorgeous. Like, it has all these little different shadings of silver in it. This beautiful texture. It even has a little bit of light blue in the background, so it looks like the X is glowing inside the box. And the thing that hurts me the most is I can't remember who made it. I can't remember the guy's name. I can't remember what the circumstances were of getting it. But I've used it. I've used it for the past 6 years now, both on the old channel and now on this one. And I can't remember the guy's name.
I wish you never know. He might see this video and go, I'm that guy. You know, like. So
I'd love to credit them.
So in your 10 years of doing many YouTube videos and pissing so many people off, this question is, what's your most controversial video? What's the most controversial video do you think that's controversial? or maybe some like fans have brought it back up at you and went, oh well, you know, this was a video that you shouldn't have done, or I didn't like it because you did that. What's the one that sticks it out in your mind that you go, yeah, it was controversial, but I'm glad I did it?
I don't know. There's nothing really that springs to my mind as in terms of controversy or anything like that. I know I've had a lot of opinions where people have went, what the fuck? You know, like, you like this, or how the fuck do you dislike this? It's probably things like the Ghostbusters review, like the 2016 movie, where like you just got nothing but a whole pile of shite for that and death threats and what have you. But I think I'm lucky enough that there hasn't been anything that scarred me. There's nothing where it's like I'll have recurring nightmares about it, or whenever you ask me that question, Vietnam flashback, the fucking helicopters are coming in, you know. You know, there's never been anything that bad. And anything that there is, I've usually just taken it in good jest.
Yeah.
And I've usually went, okay, well, that fucked up spectacularly. I'm just desperate to try and think of one, but nothing's coming to me. I've been very, very lucky to never have that where someone's went, fucking delete this. You're mad. Why the fuck would you even say that? Like, is there any coming to your mind that would stick out?
The one for me is the CT versus rubber toe 11th Doctor screwdrivers. I love that one. For me, I thought maybe that was a bit of a controversial one because you have two fan bases of two prop builders clashing in one video, and you're the kind of referee in that. Like, you're going, I do like both, you know, that type of thing.
Honestly, like, I respect them both for different reasons. I respect CT as a prop maker because CT comes from a place of going, what the fuck? This should be like this. And I'm going to make it my way. Fuck everyone else. I'm doing this shit my way. And you have to respect a man like that. To go to the point of going, I'm not just going to make this for me because this is what I want. I'm going to do a run of these. And people can buy them. And the amount of grief and shit that's been thrown his way, I think, is just fucking ludicrous over a TV show, you know? He has his own opinions on it, and that's absolutely fine. I respect them. I may not agree with all of them, but I respect them. I respect him as a person. Same thing with Nick. I've had conversations with Nick as well. And it's unfortunate, but the video I made, I just made it because I had two of them to review and I didn't want to make two separate videos, so I just went, I'll make it into this fun little contest thing. I even got Mark, as I'm talking about tonight from Following the Nerd, to make up a little poster, Sonic Showdown, in the style of those old 1950s boxers things, you know, like Boxcar Eddie versus Furious George, you know, like the fight of the night. And that alone should have given people indication that don't take this seriously, it's just two different props. Personally, that's my Maltese Falcon. That's my Ark of the Covenant. That's my orb from Guardians of the Galaxy. Because I've been following the build of this. I've been following it for 6 full years. When I started in 2010 and I reviewed the toy, I wanted this because Matt Smith was on Friday Night with Jonathan Ross the Friday before the episode went out. And Jonathan Ross said, I've held one of the toys and obviously it's lighter and it's different and it doesn't do this and stuff. But this feels like it's weighty and you can flick it open and you can sonic and you can close it up again. It has a little button on the end of it too and it's class. And I remember watching that part of that interview on repeat going, one of these days I'll own that. One of these days, one of these will be mine. And to get it, and it's gorgeous and the tolerances are perfect. There's things I like about the Roberto one as well, but unfortunately when it comes down to it, I like the CT one better. It feels more sturdy. It feels like a prop that you can take out, you can flick it around, you can take it to conventions dressed up like Matt Smith or Peter Capaldi or whoever. And it feels like it can take the knocks and hits. Like CT told me a story once of dropping his 10th Doctor Sonic while he was crossing the road and he turned around to see a bus go over it. Nothing happened. Nothing happened to it. It was perfect. Like there was a couple of scrapes and scratches to it, but it wasn't like completely smooshed. And it just so happened whenever I did that review, the CT one is the superior one to the rubber toe one. But at the same time, there's people that will love the rubber toe one because it's made by the guy who made the actual one that Matt Smith holds, and to them that's perfect. That's fine, but I like a bit more quality. I also like the fact that this one comes with sound effects as an actual part of it. You don't have to pay any extra to get sound effects on it. It's just there as part and parcel of it. And I love a proper replica that does that. I get why Nick does his prop replicas without the sound, because obviously that's what the way they're built for the show. So it is a true prop. Whereas, like I would say that Nick's ones are actual props. They're what you would see used in the show, and that's beautiful and great. CT's ones are artisan prop replicas. They are for the fans. They are there so you can flick that and you feel like the Doctor when you flick that open. You feel like the Doctor when you sonic it. It buzzes. It makes the noise. It puts you in that place, and I appreciate that side of things more. But likewise, I can still totally see why people would appreciate the rubber toe one more. So it's just down to personal preference, like everything in life.
Yeah, it's
you can't argue with that.
Oh yeah, like you said before, like it's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion as much as anyone else out there. So final question. It's like 10 years you've had many different things happen and a lot of knowledge from that. To end this interview, what would yourself, the 2020 version of yourself, what advice would you give yourself, the Votesaxon, the beginner, the person who probably thought this was never going to be what it is today, just like, just in a little video to show to his friends back in the day, like, never thought of this. What would be your advice? If you could do some sort of thing like a time portal back, like you'd open a big portal to that moment when you hit the camera going, I don't know if I can do this. Like, what would be the one thing you would give your past self advice for doing YouTube? Would you tell him not to do it, or would you tell him to do it? With all the knowledge you have?
First thing I would say is get a fucking haircut. You look ridiculous. Second thing I would say is try the gym, mate. Try low fat yogurts for a while. But more importantly, I would say don't take it seriously. It's just YouTube. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it fuck with your head. Don't let it think that, oh my god, I've went through the rain, here's the rainbow. Because it's never the case. There's always going to be something that goes wrong. There's always going to be something that holds you back. And that's perfectly fine. Be careful who you let in. Be careful who you trust. Be careful of the friends you keep. Be careful of the relationships that you have. Don't worry so much. Like, you can strive for perfection, but you can never attain it. Just do your best. That's all anyone can ever hope for. Never forget that you're making these videos and the world's watching. Be it one person, be it 1,000, be it 10,000. You're doing something that is distracting people from perhaps bad shit in their life. You're doing something that's making people happy. And as long as you're doing that, you're not doing anything bad. So don't worry too much about trying to make everything perfect, because there is no such thing. Don't run out and buy the latest thing just because it's popular and everyone's making a review on it.
Yeah.
Make the videos that you want to make.
Yeah.
Never forget that. And if you are trying to copy someone, if you're trying to mimic them, if you're trying to even overtake them or overthrow them, you're not making videos for the right reason. You're making it, and do you know what? It'll just lead you to madness. Well, like if you set expectations, if you go, I want to have this amount of subscribers by this time, I want to have this amount of views by this. If you keep setting those goals, that can be healthy, but when you never attain them, it destroys it. And all the work you put in, all the goodness, all the positivity, all those countless hours spent filming something and editing something and whatever, it's been worth fuck all. Yeah. Whereas if you make your videos for you and you hope that other people like them, but if they're made for you, no one can ever make you feel bad about it. No one can ever take that away from you. And just keep going and doing what you want to do. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to the negativity. Don't listen to the demands. There's a guy right now that's demanding I review a Yanto Jones figure. Back in the day, I would have been like, eBay, Yanto Jones, buy, review, online. And the figure just sort of sits there because I didn't really want it in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, I have countless, not only just toys, but boxes of toys, littering my room space, littering my garage, littering my shed. And they're just sitting there rotting away. Like, sell them, put them on eBay, sell them to someone else. They'll appreciate them. Don't buy a thing and review it just because people want you to do it. Like, that's how you end up with an entire room full of fucking toys and they just sit there gathering dust. Sure, it's class and it's impressive and you get to look at it and go, oh yeah, I remember when I reviewed that, I remember when I reviewed that. But it's the ones that you bought because you thought you would get the views. They're the ones where there's no story. You just go, oh, I bought that because it was popular. Oh, I bought that because people asked me to review it.
Yeah.
There's no personality to that. And you can even tell that in the reviews. Like, whenever you watch a video and it's something that I really want to talk about it and I'm excited about it and I'm invested in it, or I'm disappointed by it and I wanted it to be better than what it was, there's a passion there, either way. And I think that's what people gravitate toward. Whenever you're passionate, you don't have to be positive, you don't have to be negative, you don't have to be ranty and shouty, you don't have to be calm and quiet. As long as you have that passion, it'll shine through. And you can't have that passion whenever it's something that you have no interest in, when you have nothing to review. And that would lead me on to saying, don't be offended or upset or annoyed if somebody watches you just for one thing. If people watch you for just Doctor Who, that's fine. They can ignore the fucking video that you put up that has something to do with Ghostbusters or Robot Wars or Back to the Future or Terminator or Toy Story or anything like that. That's fine. There's people likewise that do the reverse, where they go, I'm here for your BattleBots reviews, or I'm here for your Robot Wars reviews, or I'm here for your Toy Story reviews. I don't give a shit about Doctor Who. That's fine. And it also leads people to unsubscribing. And people going, oh, for fuck's sake, he's put another video like this up. Fuck him, I'm unsubscribing. And your subscriber count will always be in a state of flux.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, because as long as the people who watched it and then unsubscribed, or watched it and then subscribed, as long as they got something from it, as long as they enjoyed it, that's really the thing you have to remember. And another big thing is, don't use copyrighted content, otherwise you might have 100,000 subscribers by now, you absolute dick. I know, you fucked yourself over there, didn't you, mate? You absolute tube. But I would say have confidence in yourself. Don't put yourself down so much. Don't worry about how you look, because looks fade. You still end up looking like a fat little bollock of a human being. You know, like it's just...
Someone described themselves that. Okay.
But you will. You'll end up looking like this wrinkly old tramp anyway. Like, no matter what you do. So just live your best life.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't restrict yourself from opportunities in front of the camera just because you're like, oh, my tummy's too big, or I've got flabby love handles, or like I've got like the old chicken neck thing going on. It's just be you, and that's what people gravitate for. You don't have to be attractive. You don't have to be this handsome fucking sexy nerd character person. Just be yourself. That's the best piece of advice I think anyone can ever give anyone else, including to themselves. Be true to you. You may not be popular. You may not get 1,000 million subscribers overnight or anything like that, because, you know, YouTube's a fickle place.
Mm-hmm.
You could be talk of the town one minute, you could be a social outcast the next. So don't play their game. Play your game.
Yeah.
Make your videos. People have a problem with that. Don't take shit from no one, because you're doing what you want to do. And if people are along for the ride, that's great. Appreciate them all the more, because they accept you for who you are as a person. They accept the content that you personally want to make. You're not tailoring it to suit anyone. This is you. Take me or leave me. And I think if I know now what I'd known back then, you would have seen a vastly different YouTube channel by now. I really think you do. But that's nice though. That's just par for the course, where you get to change and you get to evolve. And I know I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I've changed in a lot of ways. There's things that I didn't take so seriously back then that I take very seriously now. There's things I've never thought about before. Spider or fly? Spider or fly? Spider? Fly? It's a fly. Sorry, there was a thing crawling. And I was like, spider or fly? Oh, it was definitely a fly. He's fucked up.
I was like, what the fuck? Where's this going? Was it spider or fly? Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like, I am very different to the person I was 10 years ago. There's a lot of me that's still in there. There's a lot of me that's still the same. I'm still fun and goofy and daft. My sense of humor, I think, has definitely changed a lot. The way I approach things has changed a lot. It used to take so much time and effort to make a video, but I used to do it as a form of escapism. Because I was stuck in the house with my parents and I was just looking after them constantly. I couldn't go off and study something. I couldn't get a job. I couldn't do anything. So I set myself this little task, which was do what South Park does. South Park give themselves a week to make a new episode. Give yourself a day. Can you review this? Can you film it? Can you edit it? Can you upload it in a day? It almost became like a Wednesday or a Thursday. That was my day for uploading. And it would be all filmed. The script would be written. I would record it and do the voiceover and edit it and render it and upload it, all on the same day. And then I started finding that I was putting pressure on myself to upload things every day, and it's very, very tough because you put all that work and all that effort into for that one day, and when it goes online, either people don't watch it or people go, "You're shit, fuck you."
Yeah.
Don't put that pressure on yourself. Why are you doing that? That's what leads you to going down the rabbit hole and getting depressed and going, well, I put all this work in for fucking what? Fuck life. Fuck everything. Why do I get good things and then have those good things snatched away from me? You know, and that's probably the one thing that has changed me the most, is that I've had so many people come and go in my life. Same thing's true for YouTube. I've had subscribers come and go. Yeah. I've had supporters come and go. I've had people that liked me turn on me. I've had people that were against me that ended up liking me. And yeah, it's impossible to predict. It's impossible to predict. Like a year from now, I could be a social pariah. I could be like, Votesaxon07 is a bastard man. Never subscribe to him again. Or a year from now, you and me could have 500,000 subscribers or whatever.
Yeah.
You can't predict the future of it. Because it is something that's so vast and grand, and it is unpredictable, and it will eat you alive if you let it. Yeah. It'll eat you up. It'll consume you. It'll be your entire fucking life if you let it. So the best thing to do is just always remember why this began. Why are you here? Why did you decide to make videos? I want to make videos to entertain people. I want to make videos to make people happy and put a smile on their face and make them laugh. And as long as you have that in your head, nothing can hurt you. Nothing can stop you. You can go off and, like, another great example is putting Negan into one of the Christmas specials. I have the right people around me now, and I didn't then. If I wanted to do that back then, they would go, it's late, I'm fucking tired, let's just leave it out. If it's not in the script, it's not in the script. Whereas I said that idea just on a whim to you and Catherine, and you were like, fucking do it! We'll do it tonight, every fucking class! You know, so surround yourself with the right people. That's another good life lesson too. If you have people in your life that vibe with you and they're on the same level as you, and again, I count relationships in this too, I count friendships in this, I count even workmates in this, because fucking why not? You know, like, let's lump everyone into the same boat here. If you have people that compliment you as a person, compliment your personality, compliment your creativity, they heighten your strengths and they nullify your weaknesses. Those are the type of people that you need around you, because I've been doing this 10 years now. it's only been in the last year, maybe 2 years, where I finally went, holy shit, I'm actually enjoying this. This is fun. This is entertaining. This is exciting. And I can't wait to do more of it. So it took me a good 8 years of, I see that as like the dickery section. That was the fuck around, see what works and what doesn't. Get better at editing because you're shit at it, you know. Get better cameras because that looks like it was recorded on a fucking potato, you know. And that's what that was over the past 8 years.
Yeah.
Just fooling around, seeing what falls into place and what doesn't. And now that I have a rough handle on that, I can just have fun. Like, I've got yourself, I've got Catherine, I've got so many other people that just are a joy, a genuine joy to have in my life. You bring something to it, and that affects your self-worth in a big way too. Whereas before I would go, well, sure, what the fuck am I? I'm just this fat nerdy dickhead. Even if I have people in my life that are there to use me and abuse me, or I have people in my life that are there to go, what can I get from him?
Yeah.
How can I abuse him next? How can I get things for my own personal gain from having him in my life? To going, I want to do this for you. I want to do that for you. Come on, we'll do this. Come on, we'll do that. And now that I have a good fair few people in my life now that are like that, yourself included, I just feel so much happier as a person. I feel not just as a guy that makes YouTube videos, but just as a human being. Like, I still have my bad days. I still have days that really, really fuck with me, and the world feels like it's collapsing. Like, I had one even today where just everything that could go wrong did go wrong, and the absolute crux of that was trying to get this fucking live stream set up. You know, like, it really, really annoyed me because I wanted to do this tonight. I was prepared to do this tonight, and I wanted to do it my way tonight. And, you know, we worked through it and eventually found a solution, and here we are. But, you know, you'll always have those downsides. But if you just believe in yourself and you know your own worth, you know who you are as a person, I think that's the best gift anyone can ever give themselves. Yeah. Whenever someone asks you, who are you? You have your answer. I'm me, and I know what that means. And I know what I'm worth. I know who's worth being a part of my life, and I know who's not worth being a part of my life. Yeah. And it's taken me 10 years to figure that out. Like, there's a reason why there's people that you were on my channel years ago that are no longer on my channel. They were negative people. And I don't mean they set out to hurt me. I don't mean they set out to abuse me. I mean they were negative to what I wanted to see as a positive.
Yeah.
They were negative toward making videos. They were negative toward helping me out. They were negative toward any of that. And now that they're gone and they've moved on, I wish them the best. I honestly do. Every single person that's been a part of this channel over the last 10 years, even if we've had a falling out or a disagreement or we don't speak to each other anymore or anything like that, I wish them well, because there's no point in harboring anger or resentment or anything like that. So I let all that go. I know that they've moved on. I know there's no coming back from it. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't wish them any ill will. I'm not sitting going, fuck them, they're off doing their own shit now. Oh, look, they've made a YouTube channel. Dislike. You know, like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm just going to say, you know, it was nice to know you when I knew you, but alas, 'twas not meant to be. I'm a very big believer in what's for you won't go past you. I really am. And if things aren't meant to be, don't force it. There's no point. Just be you. That's all you can be. And people can accept you, or they can't. And if they can't, it's their loss. Because you have to realize, you're fucking awesome. You're class. Look at the amount of shit that you've been through, and you're still standing. You survived. Like, you've went through things that a lot of other people would say, oh, that would put me to pieces, or oh no, I can't even think of that. I stared it in the fucking face, and I didn't flinch. I didn't think. I stared right back at it and said, you really fucking think you can stop me? Really? Yeah. You think depression can stop me? You think taking people away from me can stop me? You think taking my channel away from me can stop me? No, it can't. Because I've survived worse than this, and I will survive much more worse things than this could ever be. So try your best. Take your shot. Because I've survived worse, and I will continue fighting. I don't give up. Ever. Because I know me. I know what I'm worth. I know what I'm capable of. And if you can have that catharsis within yourself, no one stops you.
Yeah.
No one does.
Yeah, 100%. You're absolutely right. But as I say, from my saying it, I know for a fact fans will say this in the comment section and stuff like that too, but as a fan, a content creator, a friend, a brother in arms, like, you don't see it a lot, but I know for a fact people will comment, and this is like, your channel, your videos did brighten my day. I know for a fact it's brightened many of fans' day. I know you've had many stories where fans have come to you, man. You and your videos have helped me so much, but it has, and the one thing is that for 10 years, no matter what, even if you wanted to knock it and take the piss out of it and stuff like that, that is a massive accomplishment to go through everything. I'm not just talking about your personal life. I'm talking about YouTube in general. The amount of times, the amount of things that happen, the amount of changes. Any other YouTuber, like I know YouTubers who were veterans of YouTube who gave up. See, like, I know for a fact when the ad apocalypse happened, that big ad apocalypse, a lot of YouTube channels that I grew up watching disappeared. The one that from the little side of YouTube that no one really remembers, but the one that's stuck there and still there to this day, I'm now on that channel watching the madness of, here, we're going to do this today, or learning from you as well. Like, we say like many times, like, there's been many people open gateways to opportunities that we've had, but you've opened gateways and opportunities, and the other side of things, like, okay, you're a fan of YouTube, you're also a content creator, do you want to see this side of it? Here you go, there's the gates, off you go. And it's a whirlpool of knowledge, and it's, to be perfectly honest, I think in myself, I've got a lot more confident, even as I don't call myself yet, maybe one day, a critic of things, or I do call myself as a twat. You know, like a twat that just shouts, shuts off, says
things. Oh, sure, I call you a twat as well. But like, the important thing to remember is anyone can be a critic. You're not special. Like, I'm not special. I've been doing this shit 10 years. Yeah, some say that's great. Other people say that's sad as fuck. I don't care. Yeah. I don't see myself as Lord Saxon, ruler of all. My opinion matters. It's literally just anyone can do it. Anyone can be a critic. You can call yourself a critic because you have an opinion of something. And if you have that opinion, if you're willing to share that opinion and explain your reasons why you're a critic, if you like it, if you dislike it, if you nothing it, if you something it, it doesn't matter. If you can put your little comment piece together and you can put that out there in whatever form it takes, be it a vlog, be it a professionally edited video, anything in between, it doesn't matter. You are a critic. And that's why I would never ever put down anyone, even someone that has 10 subscribers or 100 subscribers. It doesn't matter. You're still getting the courage together to go out there and share yourself and your opinion with the world. And as long as you have that in your mind, nothing will stop you. Nothing. No troll, no shitty comment, no bigger YouTuber that comes on and goes, ha, you're nothing. Well, no, actually, dickhead, I'm something. I'm a person, and this is my opinions, and I'm expressing them my way, the way that I want to. If you disagree with that, that's fine. Don't be an asshole about it. And even still, like, if you're a dickhead about it, then I just fucking nothing your opinion anyway. You know, like, there's no call for that sort of carry on, and it's unfortunate that it does happen. And it is the mindset that a lot of people seem to have on YouTube these days. And it's so sad to see, because we should be supporting each other. Like, I've always said to people, don't just watch my reviews and take them as verbatim. Watch other reviews. There's hundreds of people that have reviewed the same stuff that I've reviewed. Check them out too. Because my opinion, it doesn't stop with me, and never would I dream that it does. I'm not bigger than anyone else. I'm not smaller than anyone else. I'm just the same as everyone else. I'm the dickhead that goes, there's a thing, I like it, what's your opinion? You know, that's all it is. And anyone can do that. I'm just lucky enough that enough people have liked my stuff, that have been like yourself, they've been fans and they want to be a part of it, or they've been fans and they continue to be fans. There's people that, like even I put up a thing last week saying, oh hey, in a week's time it'll be the 10th anniversary. There's people saying, like, you were my fucking childhood.
Yeah.
Like, me and my brother, or me and my sister, or me and my cousin, or whoever it was, used to sit down and watch your videos all the fucking time. There's people that used to watch it and don't watch it anymore because they've grown up and moved on and their tastes have changed, and that's fine too. But at the end of the day, it's still been something that's meant something to people, and I can never ever repay every single person that's been kind enough and generous enough to sit and just watch, let alone like or subscribe or share or support us on Patreon or whatever. They just gave us a chance, and that's all you need. It's just for people to give you a chance. And I think if more people did that, we would live in a happier world. Not just YouTube, but in all aspects of our life. Give people a chance. They're always worth at least one.
Yeah. And on that note, as I said, thanks very much for answering all my questions. There might have been some wild ones in there, but you got them, and fair enough, for play. And also, thank you so much for continuing to be on YouTube and give people joy. Like, I'm happy to be a part of that madness as well. Like, I can't wait. Well, after this virus pisses off, that
up soon.
we entertain more people. So, like, on that aspect, thanks very much to the fans that are watching this right now. Thank you for taking the time out to watch this and maybe to get even know more about Stephen and myself and the madness of how Votesaxon07 channel is. And
I don't like him anymore. He's a nice guy and he's great, but he smokes. I don't like that. I'm on the clinic. I'm on the quitting clinic. It stopped.
It's getting better.
Because of the whole coronavirus thing. Like, I plan to quit smoking this year, so relax, everyone. Easy now.
Easy now, steady. But steady now. But yeah, thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for supporting for both of us, and giving us a platform to entertain all you lovely people. So yeah, until then, I will see you in the next mad video. Hopefully we're not setting things on fire or attacking people. Well, we never attack people.
Always be doing that. I'm tired of things, not attacking people. Yeah, we do that off YouTube in our secret dark personal lives that won't be revealed until we're dead.
But yeah, so yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you the next time. My dog's now starting to lick the water. Yeah, that's basically
you know, just to end all this, thank you so much for 10 years. I never dreamed a decade from now I'd still be on YouTube. I'd never dreamed a decade from now I'd still have a following. I never dreamed I'd have a friend like yourself, Anthony. I never dreamed I would have someone in my life like Catherine too. All the people that I've met, all the people that have impacted my life, all of it, from 2010 to 2020. It's been an insane journey, and like you'll always have that in the back of your head going, do I really deserve this? Like, there's so many other people that never got this chance. Their channel didn't blow up. They didn't explode. They didn't get a cult little following or something like that. They didn't become a small-time YouTuber or anything like that. So just the dice rolled the right way, and it's just sheer dumb luck that I've managed to get to this point. And to every single person that did even just the smallest thing to keep me going, or the biggest thing, or it's like even Anne's a person that no one would know, but she's my best friend for 10 years now. I met her when I started doing my media degree, and you know, like, she's been on the phone to me for like 3-4 hours at a time, and supported me and talked to me about my videos and helped me through it. To Mark from Following the Nerd for all those opportunities and experiences to go to Germany, to go to Comic Cons, to film random weird things. So many people that I can't name off the top of my head because we'd be here for another 4 hours.
Yeah.
And to everyone, to you watching this right now, thank you, because you may have subscribed 5 minutes ago, you may have subscribed yesterday, you may have subscribed a month ago or 10 years ago on the old channel. It doesn't matter. The fact is, you're here right now, you like what we do, and you encourage us to do more. And honestly, it's just so big. It really is. And I don't want to be sanctimonious. I don't want to be soppy or anything like that. But genuinely, I'm shocked. I'm so shocked, and it means the world to me, and I can never repay that. The best I can do is just keep making the videos that I want to make, having as much fun as I can, and enjoying my life, so that when I'm old and grey and probably dead from smoking too many cigarettes and drinking too much beer and just being an idiot, like, I want to look back on this and go, I didn't waste it. I didn't waste my life. I didn't just wake up, put on a uniform, go to work, come home, watch crap and fall asleep. Like, for a lot of people, that's great. That's what they do. That's what they enjoy. I always felt like I wanted to do more. I wanted to get myself out there. I wanted to change something. I wanted to help people. And if making toy reviews and being a dick at my kitchen table with you for the spoilerific reviews in the Drop Zone, for dressing up like Santa and doing mad shit, for making subscribers videos, all of that, if that's something that has helped people through a particularly cloudy day, then I know I'm doing something right. If I'm, like, the best way I can sum it up is, do you ever remember the British Empire with Grimmer?
Grimmer, yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's an episode where he dies. He gets crushed by a water tank. And he ends up in hell. And St. Peter's at the gate. And he's got these measuring scales. And he's got black balls and white balls. And there's a person in front of British. And the guy's going, like, black ball for bad deeds, white ball for good deeds. And it balances, and he goes, up, you've had more bad deeds than good deeds, you're going to hell. What? Bye! Ah! And he goes to hell.
Yeah.
British goes to him. And they go, oh dear, Mr. British. And they stack up all these black balls, and you go, oh no, the guy's, poor bastard's going to hell. But because he sacrificed himself, they have this one little white ball, and they put it onto the scales, and it tips the scales. It actually makes, like, his one good deed made all the bad deeds worth it. And do you know what? I've done a lot of shit in my life. I've hurt people, I've upset people, and I've annoyed people. I'm probably still gonna, because that's just fucking life. You know, you can't please everyone. But there have been times where I have been a bit of a dipshit. And I like to think, like, I don't think too much of the next world or the afterlife or anything like that. I want to focus more on this one.
Yeah.
And if there is an afterlife, and if it is exactly the way it is in the British Empire, I want there to be more white balls than black balls. I want there to be more good things than bad things in my life. I want, whenever I die, for people to go, that guy made me happy. And if there's more people on this earth that went, Stephen McCullough, Votesaxon07, however the fuck they know me as, he was a good guy. He never fucked anyone over. He never let anyone down. He was my role model. He was my inspiration. He was just a guy that I liked on YouTube. He never fucked a child. He never, like he never killed anyone. He never robbed anyone. He never stole from anyone, and he never used and abused anyone. If I get to the pearly gates and the black balls and the white balls are there, the amount of people thinking it's such a shame the world's lost someone special, then I'll know I've done a good job. I've helped people, and I always picture it the same old way. Me as a little boy in my bedroom, watching my Robot Wars and making my my cardboard models, and I didn't have that. Like, I had that in sections where, like, I had episodes of Robot Wars that I would tape, or episodes of The Simpsons or Pokemon or whatever it was that I taped, and I watched back again. I didn't have YouTube, I didn't have content creators, I didn't have new content to watch every single day. And I sort of see it as there is like an 8-year-old kid or a 10-year-old kid or a 15-year-old or a 20-year-old or whoever the fuck out there right now that sits and goes, I am feeling a little bit lonely and I'm feeling a little bit bored and I need something to distract me from this sadness that I feel. And if they stick on one of my videos or one of our videos and it makes them happy, even for just the duration of that video, then that's more than enough of a reward for me. I don't care if I get to 1 million subscribers. I don't care if I never get a single subscriber again in my entire life. What I've had, the journey that I've had over these last 10 years, it's meant the world to me, and I wouldn't change it. I really wouldn't. I would not be who I am today if it weren't for creating that YouTube channel, taking that chance. It could have led to nowhere. It could have led to somewhere better. It didn't. It led to right here, right now. And it's just made me who I am today. I would be completely different if it weren't for going on this madcap journey and all the late nights and all the editing and all the worrying about things arriving on time or saving up to buy things and what have you. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. There's no words. There's really no words. People message me all the time and go, how the fuck do you get successful on YouTube? You may as well ask that fucking wall, because it would have more of an idea than I do. I don't know. I don't know why the fuck I got so popular. I know, like, I raced out and I got that screwdriver that day to do the review. And it was mainly just because of some people I was talking to on the internet at the time that were living in America, and the new screwdriver wouldn't be released in America for a long time, and they wanted a good close-up look at it. So it was another reason why I made the video. But I could have made that, it could have got like 10 views. I didn't even know what fucking subscribers were whenever that video went up. I was like, oh look, it's like 200 views. Shit, it's got 300 views. 400, 5,000, 2,000, 3,000, what the fuck? And then I looked at my channel and it was like, subscribers, 53. What the fuck is a subscriber? You know, like, I didn't do it with the intention of being popular or successful. I did it with the intention of going, this is a new thing and I want to share it with people. And I've rattled on long enough and said the same shit over and over again, slightly different ways for long enough now. Basically, to wrap it all up, thank you so much for 10 amazing years. And I'm not going to say here's to 10 amazing more, because I take each day as it comes. Each day is a gift. For all I know, tomorrow I could wake up and go, yeah, 10 years is enough, that's it, I'll stop. Or I could wake up going, another 20 years! You know, and like, I'll do this till I fucking die! I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it holds, but I'm grateful for each and every day of it. So I can't thank you all enough. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks so much for being with me on this mental, wonderful, crazy journey that it's been.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll have more mad and crazy fuck knows what adventures we'll have. We'll make a book. There'll be books about us. There'll be the Saxon Chronicles. You know, we'll sell T-shirts on the fucking corners. Who knows? But yeah, it's gonna be a wild time.
I'll tell you one thing though, this virus really needs to fuck off, because I have been so productive over these last couple of weeks, like clearing out my back garden, clearing out the house. I've been sitting in weird angles all night because I've really fucked up my lower back because I had to lift a load of breeze blocks yesterday. So if people were wondering why the fuck is he like swaying about and changing position all the time, it's literally because my back is just so sore.
Yeah.
I'm almost at your level now, Anthony. I'm almost like, oh my god, I know his pain now.
Yep. Next time I'm saving up for Professor Xavier. Fucking sure that's gonna be my lifesaver. Just finally run people over I don't like.
Right. I'll be Ian McKellen. I'll have the metal powers. So I'll be able to take a wheelchair and crush it into a little bicycle and have you go down the street and into a nursery and explode. It'd be terrible.
See if all that money for you to crush it.
But yes, you have great powers, Charles. I can control your wheelchair. Fuck you. Right, fuck it. It's over. That's it. We've talked for long enough. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for being lovely people. And thank you for all the messages and support and niceness and happiness. And goodbye.